Mech still hasn't even been used. There's a hook. Howell brought all the way back to the base. Cleaned up by the fountain. And waddles his way back to the front lines.
Well, like I said, it does waste time, but they kind of need it. I mean, they need to be able to just eliminate somebody from the fight, very similar to what Mu can do for Tongfu. So if he had been a little bit farther up, he would have been able to throw the hook, but the thing is there was a range creep in the way. And there it is, yep.
Banana going for a ride on the Dindy Express. Welcome to the well. He just goes to Tongfu. And now charging back out. Dindy going to be spotted, and he gets, no, he doomed to Chen. That's a much better choice. Oh, he got him. He got him. Not going to follow it all the way because we got a battle to watch with Puppy. Trying to get away from it. Going to be telekinesis back. And they will be able to get him as well. There you so a 1-for-1 trade. And wow, Hal is still alive down there. Engagement breakout as Kuro. Oh, there we go. The hook. Got him. Zhan Xing taking the long ride to Shanghai. Welcome home. Navi down. Can you say mega creeps? Navi, he got him. One more. This is what you call one for the road.
Man, I can't.
The game for IG. Who leads the way? I believe it should be Zoe. They're gonna cut for the shorter path. They storm up the river. Patience from Zoe. Waiting in the wings. Navi's about to be caught. Oh, there's the sleep. The surge. He catches everyone. Oh, this could be a total disaster. Vacuum in. Ravage on everyone. The black hole as well. Light of heaven turns it around. Ravage as well. Stolen by Dendy. Are you kidding me? They turn it around. 4 heroes dead.
5 heroes dead. Chuan trying to survive. Chuan's gonna go down. Puppy talked about the Naga counter. It's Light of Heaven with his BKB. They turn it around. I don't even know how they're gonna do it. Standing ovation from the crowd. The last tower will be going down.
Start the fight with that global and just try to blow up and get on top of that Zeus right away. Get into that backline. I mean, the Rubik and the Zeus are really starting to be quite an issue for them.
Chalice is in with the opener, straight in with the lasso. The tower will fall, but they'll drag back the Ember Spirit into the torrent, cut him down with the Tidebringer. He's dead, but on the side, they find Arme. Arme's dead for 60. Still alive at the moment. Oh, the use! The dodge! Anna up into the end, dodging the Echo Slap. Somnus, he's trapped here in the Sprout. OG, they'll slowly punch down the Kuka. The stolen Vintage Jerax sets up onto FY. OG!
But this PL will continue just to BT split push this game out, get more and more money. And that, for me, is still the biggest problem for Evil Geniuses. Where do you go with this? Fear needs to have that damage-dealing item. But in order to do so, he's got to drop either his TP scroll or sell the Ring of Aquila. And Sumail, blink, Dragon Tail stun. Garda's going to be here with the hookshot as well. Laguna bites Sumail. The Cogs burn bought them a little bit of extra time. And with Sumail down and no buyback, Roshan is a very, very juicy target here for CDEC.
Yeah, EG are going to know they're going for it though. First of all, it would be pretty obvious from the lane situation, but they also have a good ward around the river area to see that CDEC are moving in there now. I don't think EG are interested in contesting this 4-on-5, but maybe they can delay it long enough for it to be a 5-on-5 if they Ice Blast and Fissure properly. There is no hook shot.
They're all together. PPD, here comes the Ice Blast, ready for the dog! In from Universe! It's a disaster! CDEC! They're going to get wiped from the face of the earth, apart from aggressive. He'll jump out, but the Wombo combo perfectly hits from Evil Geniuses. And now they will take Roshan. Sumail is back, they'll get the egg into the Immortal. OG right behind Arme, gets the jump, finds the Pugner. Vision will not find a stun. Pugner with no buyback. OG, they were really playing with fire. The Hex down the Terrorblade. Spectral Haunt looking for the frontline attack, but that's why Somnus goes into the backline. The BKB, they're into the backline. Shaker, he's bouncing around. Hawk shot, she stuns on the way through. He has his gone. No buybacks available. Have LGD done it? They're holding Anna. Hold him in place. Chalice will find the damage. F5 will die for it. No, really? Anna is actually running away, but it won't stop Arme from blinking up, looking for the tier 3 tower. 2 players left alive for OG. They're the big ones, however. Thompson and Anna on the defense duty. Fortification It's delayed as much as they possibly can. And now the jump out. Hex, the boy in the bubble. Thompson able to be protected once again. Chalice very, very low on mana. They have a lot, but Arme, he'll change the life with Anna. Thompson needs to be pushed away. Able to do so. FY jumps onto the illusion only, so the hookshot won't be able to connect. But Anna, he needs to retreat. There's so much damage. Anna down. Buyback is available. They still have not taken the mid racks. OG are just trying to delay LGD for the moment. 5 heroes around. The bubble is there protecting the melee racks. Anna, Sunder! Once again, the Sunder switches to life. Army's back up to full health, but the damage from Thompson, it's good enough to kill up the bait. Buyback is there. Somnus leads forward. They just keep bunching them around, but they're still battling from inside the bubble. Pugner will come to the world living LGD. They're going for the GG push. They're going up the tier 4 towers. OG, they have to hold the line. They have the numbers. Seven from the side with a Dagon Army, but no! Sunder is back up. It is there. Chalice will fall. They lose the Enchantress. FY pushing around Anna. He's so low. Can they get the die back on him? You bet your Nelly they can. Arme still very, very low. The blast will kill him off. But buyback. LGD want this now. LGD, or can they? Backing up? No, they're not. Terrorblade. BT's forward. The ball is up. Thompson needs to defend. X-Nova very visible. You've got a very, very low life Marana. But OG, they can't find the target. X-Nova, he's got the grip. He's got the control. He's got the kill. Thompson is down, but ES is up. Where the Echo slam. Oh, there it is. Forward. There's your slam. There's the dunk. There's the play. Jirax, the savior of OG.
1,500 gold. He actually is going to go straight into the pipe here, opting to tank up even more.
Rolling boulder from Zep misses again, but there's the Infest Bomb, and this time Ohio's in trouble. Roar will come out, they have the Magnetize, they get off the silence as well, and Ohio will get right-click down. The Exorcism will go from Mushi, doing a decent amount of damage to Aggressive. The Borislow comes through, he has no Infest, he has the Armless Toggle, needs to be careful, the Spirit Siphon coming out, the Glimpse back onto Aggressive, gets him back in there. They get the Grave off in time though, the Open Wounds will come through, they have the Kinetic Shield. There's the Black Hole, from the low ground, on to 3! Zep and Blood and one are gonna get chewed down. 3 dead. Mushi gets a double kill. DJ, are you kidding me, from the low ground?
DJ, God, the crowd here just goes insane as he hits the black hole of his life. And
Likely could just give this one up. The vision advantage with the Hawk does help. But nope, they're ready. They've actually got a smoke. They can bypass the Hawk with this, but
there's no way they take this in time. Fnatic need to get out. Mushi is going to be stunned by the Boulder Smash. They're going to come through. Showit looking for a Ravage. Can't find it. Mushi pops the BKB early. Aggressive blinks in. Pops the Rage as well. Still has his BKB ready to go. They really want to contest this and take it down as quickly as possible. They get the refresher for Ohio. It's coming out. Double Roar is ready. Can they find a kill off of this? Maybe he's walking up with the Silver Edge. Ohio's going to get caught first. Ravage catches onto 2. Black Hole counter initiation. Static Storm on top. Aggressive is low. They get off the Static Storm. Showit pops the refresher. It's not enough. Maybe he's getting chewed through by mid 1. They get off the Roar. They'll lose 2. They'll lose 3. They buy back on the Tide. He's got another Ravage. They have no buyback on Maybe. What an initiation from DJ.
Secures another kill, and Tongfu is going to continue to push. They're not done. Mech still hasn't even been used. There's a hook. How? Brought all the way back to the base. Cleaned up by the fountain. And waddles his way back to the front lines.
Well, like I said, it does waste time, but they kind of need it. I mean, they need to be able to just eliminate somebody from the fight, very similar to what Mu can do for Tongfu. So if he had been a little bit farther up, he would have been able to throw the hook, but the thing is there was a range creep in the way. And there it is, yep.
Banana going for a ride on the Dindy Express. Welcome to the well. Aegis goes to Tongfu. And now charging back out. Dindy gonna be spotted, and he doomed to Chen. That's a much better choice. Oh, he got him! He got him! Not gonna follow it all the way because we got a battle to watch with Puppy. Trying to get away from it, gonna be telekinesed back. And they will be able to get him as well. There you so a 1-for-1 trade. And wow, Hal is still alive down there. Engagement breakout as Kuro. Oh, there we go. The hook, got him! Zhan Xing taking the long ride to Shanghai. Welcome home. Navi is down. Can you say Mega Creeps? Navi, he got him! One more! This is what you call one for the road!
Man,
The game for IG. Who leads the way? I believe it should be Zoe. They're gonna cut for the shorter path. They storm up the river. Patience from Zoe. Waiting in the wings. Navi's about to be caught. Oh, there's the sleep. The surge. He catches everyone. Oh, this could be a total disaster. Vacuum in. Ravage on everyone. The black hole as well. Light of heaven turns it around. Ravage as well. Stolen by Dendy. Are you kidding me? They turn it around. 4 heroes dead. 4
heroes dead. Chuan trying to survive. Chuan's gonna go down. Puppy talked about the Naga counter. It's light of heaven. What's this BKB? They turn it around. I don't even know how they're gonna do it. Standing ovation from the crowd. The last tower will be going down.
Start the fight with that global and just try to blow up and get on top of that Zeus right away. Get into that backline. I mean, the Rubik and the Zeus are really starting to be quite an issue for them.
Chalice is in with the opener, straight in with the lasso. The tower will fall, but they'll drag back the Ember Spirit into the torrent, cut him down with the Tidebringer. He's dead, but on the side, they find Arme. Arme's dead for 60. Still alive at the moment, and all the use! The dodge! Anna up into the end, dodging the Echo Slam. Somnus, he's trapped here in the Sprout. OG, they'll slowly punch down the Kuka. The stolen Vintage Jerax sets up onto FY. OG!
That this PL will continue just to BT split push this game out, get more and more money. And that, for me, is still the biggest problem for Evil Geniuses. Where do you go with this? Fear needs to have that damage-dealing item. But in order to do so, he's got to drop either his TP scroll or sell the Ring of Aquila. And Samel, blink, Dragon Tail stun. Garda's going to be here with the hookshot as well. Laguna bites Samel. The Cogs Burn bought them a little bit of extra time. And with Samel down and no buyback, Roshan is a very, very juicy target here for CDEC.
Yeah, EG are going to know they're going for it, though. First of all, it would be pretty obvious from the lane situation, but they also have a good ward around the river area to see that CDEC are moving in there now. I don't think EG are interested in contesting this 4-on-5, but maybe they can delay it long enough for it to be a 5-on-5 if they Ice Blast and Fissure properly. There is no hook shot.
They're all together. PPD, here comes the Ice Blast, ready for the dodge! In from Universe! It's a disaster! CDEC! They're going to get wiped from the face of the earth, apart from aggressive. He'll jump out, but the wombo combo perfectly hits from Evil Geniuses. And now they will take Roshan. Samel is back, they'll get the egg into the Immortal.
OG right behind Arme. Gets the jump, finds the Pugner. Vision will not find a stun. Pugner with no buyback. OG, they were really playing with fire. The Hex down the Terrorblade. Spectral Haunt looking for the frontline attack, but that's why Somnus goes into the back line. The BKB, they're into the back line. Shaker, he's bouncing around. Hawk shot, she stuns on the way through. He has his gone. No buybacks available. Have LGD done it? They're holding Anna. Hold him in place. Chalice will find the damage. F5 will die for it. No, really? Anna is actually running away, but it won't stop Arme from blinking up, looking for the tier 3 tower. 2 players left alive for OG. They're the big ones, however. Thompson and Anna on the defense duty. Fortification. It's delayed as much as they possibly can. And now the jump out. Hex, the boy in the bubble. Thompson able to be protected once again. Chalice very, very low on mana. They have a lot, but Arme, he'll change the life with Anna. Thompson needs to be pushed away. Able to do so. FY jumps onto the illusion only, so the hookshot won't be able to connect. But Anna, he needs to retreat. There's so much damage. Anna down. Buyback is available. They still have not taken the mid racks. OG are just trying to delay LGD for the moment. 5 heroes around. The bubble is there protecting the melee racks. Anna, Sunder! Once again, the Sunder switches to life. Arme's back up to full health, but the damage from Thompson, it's good enough to kill off the bait. Buyback is there. Somnus leads forward. They just keep bunching them around, but they're still battling from inside the bubble. Pugner will come to the world living LGD. They're going for the GG push. They're going up the tier 4 towers. OG, they have to hold the line. They have the numbers. 7 from the side with the Dagon Arme, but no! Sunder is back up. It is there. Chalice will fall. They lose the Enchantress. FY pushing around Anna. He's so low. Can they get the die back on him? You bet your Nelly they can. Arme still very, very low. The blast will kill him off. But buyback. LGD want this now. LGD, or can they? Backing up? No, they're not. Terrorblade. BT's forward. The ball is up. Thompson needs to defend. X-Nova very visible. You've got a very, very low life Marana. But OG, they can't find the target. X-Nova, he's got the grip, he's got the control, he's got the kill. Thompson is down, but ES is up. Where the Echo slam. Oh, there it is. Forward. There's your slam. There's the dunk. There's the play. Jirax, the savior of OG.
1,500 gold. He actually is going to go straight into the pipe here, opting to tank up even more.
Rolling boulder from Seth misses again, but there's the invest bomb, and this time Ohio's in trouble. Roar will come out, they have the magnetize, they get off the silence as well, and Ohio will get right click down. The exorcism will go from Mushi, doing a decent amount of damage to that aggressive. The Borislow comes through, he has no infest, he has the armlet toggle, needs to be careful, the Spirit Siphon coming out, the glimpse back onto aggressive, gets him back in there. They get the Grave off in time though, the open wounds will come through, they have the kinetic shield. There's the black hole, from the low ground, on to 3, Seconds left and Amoy are gonna get chewed down. 3 dead. Mushi gets a double kill. DJ, are you kidding me, from the low ground?
DJ, God, the crowd here just goes insane as he hits the black hole of his life. And
Likely could just give this one up. The vision advantage with the Hawk does help. But nope, they're ready. They've actually got a smoke. They can bypass the Hawk with this, but
there's no way they take this in time. Fnatic need to get out. Mushi is going to be stunned by the boulder smash. They're going to come through. Showit looking for Ravage. Can't find it. Mushi pops the BKB early. Aggressive blinks in. Pops the rage as well. Still has his BKB ready to go. They really want to contest this and take it down as quickly as possible. They get the refresher for Ohio. It's coming out. Double Roar is ready. Can they find a kill off of this? Maybe he's walking up with the silver edge. Ohio's going to get caught first. Ravage catches onto 2. Black hole counter initiation. Static Storm on top. Aggressive is low. They get up to Static Storm. Showit pops the refresher. It's not enough. Maybe he's getting through by mid 1. They get up the Roar. They'll lose 2. They'll lose 3. They buy back on the Tide. He's got another Ravage. They have no buyback on Maybe. What an initiation from DJ.
Secures another kill, and Tongfu is going to continue to push. They're not done. Mech still hasn't even been used. There's a hook. Howell brought all the way back to the base. Cleaned up by the fountain. And waddles his way back to the front lines.
Well, like I said, it does waste time, but they kind of need it. I mean, they need to be able to just eliminate somebody from the fight, very similar to what Mu can do for Tongfu. So if he had been a little bit farther up, he would have been able to throw the hook, but the thing is there was a range creep in the way. And there it is, yep.
Banana going for a ride on the Dindy Express. Welcome to the well. Aegis goes to Tongfu. And now charging back out. Dindy gonna be spotted, and he doomed to Chen. That's a much better choice. Oh, he got him! He got him! Not gonna follow it all the way because we got a battle to watch with Puppy. Trying to get away from it, gonna be telekinesed back. And they will be able to get him as well. There you so a 1-for-1 trade. And wow, Hal is still alive down there. Engagement breakout as
10 seconds remaining. 5 seconds Dire remaining. Team ban. VG Gaming's turn to ban. Dire team ban.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome. We are here for another night of the DPL-CDA Season 2. It is MLP Total Next 5 done. Welcome back. We are here for VG Gaming vs Team Aster. How are you feeling, sir?
I'm feeling excited, Mike. You know, these two teams, they just played against each other a while ago, just a few minutes ago. So they played a best of 3, went all the way to 3 games. VG did come out on top of that one. So we'll see whether or not Aster's learned over the course of 3 days what exactly to get done. You see the opens from both teams, they already kind of have an idea of what to do here. VG, they start with a Shake Disruptor. We've seen what these heroes can do in team fights, the pace they can bring for your team early on. It is rather fantastic in terms of control. As long as you get that timing into Shaker right, well, you can really start dictating those fights. Aster, they start off with a Phoenix first, which is, again, something we've seen quite often. You've got the option here for Aster to go for the Mars if you wanted that Phoenix-Mars combination, but beyond that, you know, it's just a very stable opening for Aster as well. No surprises here. What is surprising, Mike, you take a look at those bans. VG has confidently banned out the IO against Aster. every single game of the last series they just played, the IO was always first ban, so they just don't want to get Aster that IO driver cut for some apparent reason. I mean, that's a very old thing that Aster apparently still goes back to, but they do put the Spectre really early on, so they're trying to set themselves up for a bit of a slower game. Yeah, gonna be interesting to see how you optimize that Spectre now, and they're just speeding through those bans.
It is going to be very interesting how they itemize that Spectre. As most people are probably aware, the new patch did nerf the Helm of the Dominator and also the MKB, but I mean, MKB, I think that nerf was quite deserved because it was really broken, the new MKB, but Helm of the Dominator also needed a nerf. John, you were talking about it the first day it came out, the bonus damage on creeps. It is just way too high. They've reduced it really quite substantially now. I don't really think there's much of a point in buying Helm of the Dom, but what other item do you get? You can't buy the Necro Book. You don't really want to go back to the Soul Ring build because that's pretty darn slow for this current meta. I still think that Media Hammer is the way to go. I'm telling you, John, I think it's the way to go.
Yeah, you know what? I don't disagree. There's so few options left. The only other thing that we've seen in Spectre's Rush is drums, right? We've seen drum spec, and quite frankly, it's just really lackluster because you're not using that active farm, or if you are, then, well, that's an interesting choice of the gold. But there's also the Burden build, which, again, doesn't help. Not such a massive cooldown. That's the whole reason fucking Spectre kind of disappeared. So I wouldn't mind Meteor Hammer, the build-up perseverance you like to talk about when we talk. You know, it's a cheap build-up, you get the regen, so we'll see whether or not Aster will opt for that, or if they just kind of stay screwed, go for the straight to Manta, kind of go for an earlier fighting build without the radiance, which is a completely viable option, although you do still wonder with Aster's banouts. They've left that Necro post in the pool, so if VG did want to run core Necro, you've got Precise.
Yeah, and it seems like a pretty self-explanatory thing to pick up if they so wish. VG Gaming active banning out the Viper themselves, so not really going for that kind of counter to Aster either with Spectre. See what they do. I mean, the Necrophos seems to be the way to go if you are going to go up against Spectre. It is a bit hard going into the Phoenix as that Necrophos. You've got so much magic damage, and the Sun Ray really does destroy the Necrophos, even through the Ghost Shroud, of course, just amplifying the damage. Now VG Gaming, they do go for the Enchantress, so just want to secure the safe lane of this Spectre. Make sure he does get a good time in that safe lane for the dire side. VG Gaming, they'll have a bit of a think about their third pick-up now, as they do have to reveal 3 cores, unless we're going to see a position 3 shake-up, but it's doubtful. Really, no need for that.
Yeah, the inch pickup is pretty nice because you already know the Shape Disruptor don't burn that creep out, right? Usually you see a Mirana in response, but you're not gonna be able to get that done. You do pick up the Tide Hunter, so it's still going to be a tough lane for that spec regardless. Of course, the Tide has a bit of a early dip, like level 1 to 2 for Tide Hunter is amazing. I have to wait for maybe level 3 to tank those hits. Enchantress with the Impetus build can actually really bully that Tide out, so you have to be aware of that space VG, but you know, they've given themselves a hell lot of team fight here. You've got the Echo Slam, you've got the Static Storm coming out, the Ravage as well. These are very big timers though. VG will have to track and will really have to play perfectly around.
I agree. Well, they're gonna have to reveal a bit more here. 2 more calls for them now. What are we looking to go into for the Aster side, I wonder? Like, you definitely need some more space creators here for that Spectre. Well, I really look to get to that late game stage where the Spectre can become quite broken as a hero. But before that point, you definitely want heroes that just can create space, create time for the Spectre to be able to get the farms it needs to really be effective. They can have a long think about this one. I imagine they probably will go into the off-lane pick now for Aster, just to get it out of the way. It can be a bit difficult, of course, not really seeing the safe lane on beach yet. but they're gonna have to make some kind of choice. You'd rather be off and going for the mid pick here.
VG Gaming.
It's tricky because the Mars was banned earlier out. They do get the Axe, which is an interesting one. So that one has a bit of resurgence on paper, right? Well, it's a much better item now. You can get a lot more damage reflected out as the Axe. You've got that tempo setter now for Aster if they wanted to.
10 seconds.
We'll see just how much the Axe can get done. Of course, I think this is the first time an IR seeing that here in 7.27. So we'll see just whether or not Aster can hit that stride. I think the one thing VG's looking for here that they did pick up last time is perhaps a Naga. Like, you've got the Disruptor, you've got the Tide. Naga's pickup would be straightforward. Now the Axe, able to handle that pretty well. So I'm not sure if VG does want to go into a bit of a mirror last series they played. They did pick up Naga against Aster in the last game they just played, so whether or not that's going to be an option for them, we'll find out. The Act, again, just kind of deals with it pretty okay. It really depends on how fast that Act scales up, but I can see them back and forth.
I'm kind of shocked by the Axe pick, if I'm frank. It's just they changed the creep waves where you can't really pull aggro unless you need towers now. So can't really skip creep waves properly anymore as the Axe, which is gonna be problematic here for Team Aster. VG Gaming do get for particular position ones. We'll have the Quick of Pain come out, which I'm surprised it made it this far, but there it is. VG Gaming do happily take it. It's not like you've really got space anymore for a Necro first pick into the Spectre, but you don't really need it at this point. They've got a really good draft, I believe, on VG's side to deal with the Spectre regardless of the Necro or not. And just about this position 1 pick now, like, what do you want to pick into the Spectre? Just something that could fight very, very early. You've got the Ursa there. I think that'd be a decent opportunity, especially against the Axe.
10 seconds remaining.
Even the King's Paws one, if you want to run King's up against that Axe in the late phase, a decent enough idea. I mean, there's just so many options here for VG Gaming. I get to say Aster with their draft, it just was a bit lacking to me.
Oh, it definitely is. Like, you look at that pain, like, you have no stuns from Aster. You literally have no stuns. You've got the call from Act, but then you have to call a Queen of Pain. That's not always easy for something like the Axe. So Aster's kind of left themselves a bit too open with this support duo. They're gonna have to, I don't know, I'd say they need control beyond just the Axe. You know, they don't quite have the combo they want just yet, although there is potency. Call into Sunray, for example, it's pretty nice, but it's just not reliable. Needs something here from Aster to step up, because VG, with what they have, at least for the co-op, can find easy pickoffs in this game. Phoenix isn't particularly tanky early on, and Champions as well. It's going to melt right through that magic damage. So VG, I mean, they're off to a really good start, as they do have to close out their draft now.
Yeah, we'll get rid of the troll on the side of Aster, just not wanting to have that kind of position against them, which is fair. So VG, one more pick, one more safe lane. It's going to be for Eurus, of course.
10 seconds remaining.
I believe they were playing a lot of Luna the previous series. Well, not really a lot, but they picked one. You've got the Luna there if they want. You've got the Morphing if they wish. So many options for VG, all of which sound kind of amazing right now. And the Morph doesn't actually seem too bad here, right? Like, you can go to the shotgun build, get that up pretty fast. You don't really care too much about the Axe. Here we go.
Straightforward.
Not to mention,
they've got the Shaker as well.
The Shaker, right?
Yeah. So, that's surprising, right? Like, you usually see the more banned second phase Shaker's first pick, but Aster just lets it slide through. So now they have to deal with that as well. And I mean, even if you call that morphling, right? You could. It's just so quick when you can attribute shift. It's going to be again a hard call for Aster to get that perfect initiation on these heroes from VG.
Templar Assassin.
Okay, look, go for the TA. I don't mind that pick at all. I think it's probably the best way to go here for Aster. Is it going to be an easy game? No. For Aster, I think they're going to struggle here. Like, there's going to be a lot of reliance on this mid TA to really set that pace for the team and to carry them through that mid game. Mentioned as well, but there's a lot of pressure here for XXS to be able to really learn those calls every single time, because that literally is their only form of control right now.
Yeah.
Apart from maybe the enchant slow, but I don't really call that control. Kind of slow. No, it's just pretty meh.
Yeah.
Gaming, you've got the Ravage, you've got the Glimpse, you've got the Static Storm, you've got PYW on the Earthshaker, but I mean,
oh yeah.
One Earthshaker pick offers you pretty much every stun you need, let alone everything else they have on top of that. I'm intrigued to see what Aster. You talked about it earlier as well, but we did have ago gaming beat Aster 2-1. Obviously, Aster want to try and get some revenge here in the next series. See if they can get it done.
Yeah. No, there's something I want to point out. Like, what XXS? I never noticed Axe's underwear was labeled, just to ensure that he knows it's his. That the nice little detail there.
I like that.
Yeah. It's I never noticed because you always have that Reed, right? With the Immortal set, the Arcana set, the
Leaf.
Yeah. Notice that it's just it's just tiny bodies, with its label. But still, one draft is the timers. You've got Ravage on a cooldown, you've Static Storm on a cooldown. Those are things they will have to play around until their Morphs just basically go every time. So that's something you have to be aware of. Aster can most certainly play around that, but they have their own timers with Haunted and Supernova, so it goes both. And find out if they have learned something that last series that was, as you mentioned, really back and forth time, and it's always fascinating to see these teams opt to play 2 series in a row. Like, they got a day warning, but they don't seem too phased by potentially playing 6 games in a row, which I've seen a lot of teams kind of struggle with, especially once you hit that 7 series.
It's interesting. For sure, but I mean, you look, some teams they enjoy the momentum, right? Like for Vici Gaming right now, they'd be feeling pretty confident coming off that 2-1. And you make the argument that kind of that energy from winning that first is kind of goes on to the second series now for Vici, where it just feels like you can beat this team. You just did it 30 minutes ago.
Oh god, no. PYW was just kicking soccer ball at the SEC. He was just dancing with the disco ball. They really are relaxed. Yeah, I'll give them that, yeah. I'm feeling confident, Fiji.
Meanwhile, having none of it, he will take the hot pepper himself. Doesn't care about the games that PYW and Aster will see playing. It's like, we'll have 2-for-2 boundary and train, but both really looking to get involved here and try to contest.
Begins.
In fact, some really wouldn't get any harassment either. They'll just passively take 2-for-2. Aster. See XXS there with Fade on the Phoenix, and they'll try to deal with the Morphling of Eurus.
Yeah, that should be.
See if you can train this Morphling plot as of late. And he has been doing some great work on that morph.
Yeah, it's gonna be a bit tricky in these early phases. There's a lot of magic damage, Fade, and our axe and pump out. So they can have some early on. It's like VP is trying to go for that first blood trialing up top for it. So not having that support for that first wave should give Europe some good XP, but leaves him slightly vulnerable if he missteps.
Does. Mid lane Ori and Schwab gonna be looking at it now. Isn't really the easiest matchup for the TAI, right? Like, it's not necessarily a big jump on the top lane for Boca. Let's go down. PYW and DY were around there trying to set up the first blood. DY will TP straight back down to the bot lane. There's a first blood happening already, but it's trying to save that mid lane now. Tron is probably going to have a difficult time. In fact, Tron's dead. Very fire? No, he will survive. I thought he was guaranteed dead there, but or he won't try and duck for it. He'll just win the lane this way. And Yango's dead now. Up at the top lane, Baboka eventually able to get a trade. Well, on PYW, he was pulling creep there. And the courier. He just left it in front of the T1 tower, and Baboka just saw it and took it for free.
Yeah, that's a big oopsie. That had Yang's stick, so you want to get that upgrade into the Magic Wand. It's a late for opponent. That's kind of a shame. You would want that burst heal, and well, this lane kind of balances itself out, and it's that effect of the Enchantress going for the impulse. It's a lot of damage that I just cannot block out.
Seems to be not really the skill build that's preferable though for these Enchantresses. They really do seem to prioritize going after the enchant unless they need to have the impetus. So I wonder how Baboka transitions later on. Whether it'll really pan out, especially if you've got a few more levels up on Yang. That Kraken shot can block out a substantial amount of damage, but I suppose being kill damage from Baboka, he won't really care for it. It's going to be a matter of whether he maxes it out, but Baboka's being so aggressive, and PYW is not able to help much. He'll Fisher. That's the best he can do. Baboka will just continue trying to dominate this lane for this Spectre.
Yeah, there is a limit to just how much you can spam this out, though. Baboka doesn't have any way of regenerating mana. So, just down to his last two impetuses, and that does leave the Enchantress's presence a bit less. You're not going to have as much potential to damage out and harass out that Tidehunter now.
It's kind of nice though that you can buy Null Talismans and then actually give you a bit of mana regen. Like it's not much, it's 0.6 mana regen. It's not that big a deal, but for support in the lane, it's to have, 1-2 Null Talismans. It doesn't look too bad anymore. It feels actually pretty ton. That's what he's doing as well. He's just going for the second Null.
It's a really good one. And Yang again?
What? Nah, he should be alright. It's like the official was there from PYW. Yeah, it will be perfectly fine. Matchup 12 still going on the TA just fine. Ori not really able to pressure him out the way he actually thought. I'm not sure how much regen Schwann's gone on board, but he is surviving just fine. But now you've got PYW there. He'll show himself. He'll just take the lane for a second as Ori does go to bottle the haste turret down that bot lane, and yeah, he'll get himself wild creep while he's there. The life of a position for Earthshaker. Take what you can get and run away.
Yeah, he's pretty much set though. He's got his trank boots, so at least he can trade a bit better. In terms of that mid lane, you are seeing Ori fall slightly ahead. Again, it's not that complete shutout, but if you do hit that level 6 mark earlier, you can go for a bit of a play with that first Sonic Wave. A nice clean kill with an Earthshaker rotation.
Possibly. So you already see on just diving into that jungle for a bit, clearing out camps, standard TA stuff. Of course, the small camp change there does affect the TA a little bit, considering you do get a lot less golden XP, but yeah, I mean, it's not too big a deal. We're gonna see a rotation in from DPL now, the Disruptor. Just got the Thunderstrike and Kinetic Field to drop below. One doesn't have the refraction, and that means Ori may be able to stop and does. Fade tried to come into the Phoenix to the Sun Ray buff, but it was just no good.
Yeah, it's a really nice pickup for PG. That gives Ori level 6 as well, so still holds on to Sonic Wave, just doesn't have the mana to expend. That's a risky time for the TA once you TP in. If Ori does get a refill at some point, you can just go for that first play.
Gonna get the bounty, Is that refill you talked about? I imagine Ori will probably just rotate somewhere else. Like, PYW is coming in. So it looks like they actually want to try for this. They're actually going to bring another in. DY gonna fill up the bottle once again for Ori. And well, now they could definitely block Chuan if he does overextend, but Chuan is playing very, very safe. We understand something is wrong. There's too many heroes missing off the map at the moment. DY seems to know exactly where he is, thanks to that observer ward. But Chuan will have traps everywhere, and I just don't see them being able to close the gap here on Chuan. But never mind, PW's found an invit through, so perhaps you can. The sentry ward will scout it out. Well, I suppose this is still effective, right? Like even just not allowing to get near the creep wave is pretty nice. And now Chuan loses his courier. EYW just goes in with the enchanted totem and cleans it up, and that was the brown boots and clarity of Chuan.
It's a pretty big one to take away. Of course, at this point, Chuan just dips into that jungle. While these support rotations have opened up the side lanes for both sides, Spirits has been given the space to breathe. On that Morphin, he's not receiving as much pressure from that. Of course, that does mean XXS. He gets to play really efficiently with those camps. There's not much you can really stop the axe now at level 6.
They call up Eurus, but no Morphin comes in, and now you can definitely stop success. He'll get boost back. There is no way out of this. He'll make a run. That Shadow Strike will kill him off eventually, and DY with the Thunderstruck will make sure of it. The third kill out for DG Gaming so far this game. Aster still sitting at 1. All this attention down ball does give Aster the siege chance to try and go onto Yang. Ori is going to rotate, still with that Sonic Wave. Can just commit onto Baboka, and Baboka, he won't even need it. Baboka's just going to die thanks to the Earth wall that Ori has.
It's a very effective Urban as well. He just built that up before getting that rotation. But he's constantly topped up, he's finding those kills, and it's at this point when the club can really rotate. Although Yang,
nice. Overstayed his
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
will go down. Yang, does he mind too much from dying? Like you definitely prefer not to, but it's a time, right? Like you can always just catch up in the jungle. It's really not that big of a deal. I think the biggest deal right now for Aster is the fact that XXS is really still free farming on the axe, even if you do die that one time. You'll have this link up soon if this keeps up though. Mid lane, Fade getting caught out on the Phoenix, and he'll go down.
Yeah, and Ori does pick up double damage and just keep going.
Yeah, Baboka. See you later, Baboka. He's got... Everybody's healed up. He might actually survive. Still trying to go with the Horner of the Core from XXS. He does get the dunk off. That's Triple C going to chase down PY, while they also chase down PYW on the Earthshaker. PYW, yeah, he's going to go down to XXS, and DY also ends up dying on the Disruptor. Aster, just all of a sudden, so aggressive with that Horn usage. Really does work out.
Yeah, making use of the first spell use rather well, and this is something that CCC will need to maintain, but not bad for first use. He is building into his Dominator next, and once that's up, of course, you can start to speed the farm up a little bit more. You've got a creep in front of you, you can clear the camp a bit better, and that should give space towards SECD. The issue is, that is space that Chuan will also want, so you're gonna have to distribute that jungle farm among these two big cores rather evenly. You're looking at very fast building timing for XXS though. So once that's up, the axe plus the supports should be able to buy that space out.
XXS misses the call there bot lane on Eurus. Eurus will be fine to just take the bounty and walk away. 3 for 1 on the DG Gaming does get the advantage there. DG, I mean, they're kind of just waiting right now, it seems, on Yang Rabbit up and be able to initiate for his team with PYW. They might try to force the team fight out right because that top lane is going to be picked in by Yang. There's no counter push happening. Aster into the die of the tree line trying to Shade, but Shade is the Sunray TP out of there. DY unable to get a glimpse because he's off the map.
Yeah, that's just one of those things, right? Kind of just let it happen. A bit risky pushing out. Aster did want to defend. They do have a Supernova. Just doesn't look like anyone else is in possession. So looks like a free tier 1 tower going away.
It is. I don't know about this. Like, Aster probably should try to get a trade on the P1s, but instead XXS, he got a blink up, he's going to go for a smoke. They have caught out DY. Static Storm is going to be dropped. DY does go down. Ori is going to follow up onto SC, but here comes Chuan on that TA, and XXS will look for a call. Doesn't quite get it. The stun of the Ravages out from Yang with a 3-man Sonic Wave. So they do kill off Fade, and XXS, he's just on the run now. Yeah. can't want to chase him down. He doesn't really have the gush to slow him up. And that was so unfortunate. He blinked into the Fisher stun.
Yeah, it's just not quite the timing Aster was looking for, and that was XXS's blink reveal. So now VG's completely aware of that initiation, and well, they did have to post some ults for that, but again, it's a worthwhile trade for VG. Aster, just kind of slow it down a bit. Wait for SEC to farm up. More importantly, wait for Chuan to farm up. Not in any shape ready to fight.
XXS goes into the call on Yang, and they will get that kill. Eurus just gonna decide to back out. They are lacking that tanky frontliner and the Ravage for that matter. We'll play more defensive. Of course, is in their mission right now to just take as many objectives for VG Gaming. Just gonna be a bit cautious to not give too many kills away to Aster.
Yeah, it's a interesting choice for PYW. His first Echo Slam was to clear out the creep wave, just to ensure he got that deny, which it makes sense. I mean, he's still close to his blink. Well, you know, you would want to use it for that fight, but without Ravage up, you really just want to stagger his spells, and you're going to be waiting anyway as Chuan.
Getting caught by the stagger. Look, can they cancel the TP? No. No, they cannot. Great little play out from Chuan to realize he could just TP out like that. That still give VG Gaming a chance to try and chip away that one tower, but they don't really have a creep wave. So they'll have to be patient and wait. If he's going to stick around in the mid lane, or he'll keep kind of pressure.
Yeah, it's going to be really important for VG to take that mid tier 1. It's the jungle access for the TA. In fact, they haven't been able to really control that side of the map. You've got a lot of wards from Aster to really protect even just that triangle, to ensure that Chuan doesn't get that free farm. He's very close to his Desolator, just about 600 gold off. And once that's up, of course, the farm really does pick up for that TP.
Yeah, but the problem is he's got the blink already up on B1W. He's bringing it out as we speak. And that's so sensible, John, but we're almost 14 minutes into the game. It's very, very low timing here for Chuan. Now, mind you, of course, they were shutting down the mid lane, but they are really relying on him to be able to pull them through. I suppose you could argue that XXS can do the same thing with Gax, which he is trying to do. They're going to rush down to the bot lane now and maybe pick up PYW on the Earthshake. Currently standing in the tree line, but they know exactly where it is for XXS, but a great pick up from PYW. Fade will be there with the control, drop the egg, and PYW, he's from out of the run. They DP and DY, he surely gets under dumps, but now Origin's in. They're all there to back them up with the Fisher follow-up, and now the Sonic Wave right in between them. It didn't get anyone, but it doesn't matter. Fade will die. Now the XXS going to be in trouble, and he'll get burnt alive by the Sun Ray of Eurus on the Morphle.
Ooh, that's tough. That is not the way that was supposed to go faster. That was 4 heroes on PYW, and they just couldn't stick the landing. He just flew out of there. And Aster, they're just not finding the aggression they want. They are still buying space for SCCC. So in the end, if that is their objective, they're doing it just fine. You're also giving Chuan that space. He's got his Desolator up, but you do want to really start to find those kills. You're acting as a snowball. XXS is saving up for the KB. That timing needs to be really fast for it to just overtake VG. Because at a certain point, even with Magic Immunity, if VG gets too big, they're going to be able to eat right through the X anyway.
Smoked up on Peachy. Get that blink with the Echo. They want to go for a kill and they'll find it. C is dominated. Critical time to dagger its own. Echo down. They will not hold SCC, but they can sit back. Do they have the damage output? Already committed, and they don't. PYW now going to be chased up. They get caught, and that Earthshaker is almost certainly just gone. DY will TP out. And I mean, I get you don't have the Sonic Wave, but what are we smoking for if you're not going to commit?
Yeah, that was a very strange decision from VG. Yeah, or he did bail out near immediately, and just bleeding like that, not the best choice. That does open up a push for Aster down mid.
It does. Still not go for it, but the glyph will be up from VG. Ori does have the Orca now up, so got a lot more kill potential on that swap. Perhaps that's what it was. Perhaps she just didn't really have the Orca up. The time they ran into SCCC, and I believe it may have been on the courier making its way to the quad. They just tried to get it out of there before it all got killed off. So
it's still a build up here for VG. Like they do have two ults on cooldown, but they have successfully bought lots of phase for years. He's number 1 in effort. He's working towards his Scotty next, so it looked like he just wants to go for that fighting build, not opting for the shotgun, which it makes enough sense. At some point, you will want perhaps the Ags to turn to the Shaker anyway, and that's going to be all the Bird needs. Still, Aster, they're trying to find something here.
Yeah, Ori goes envious. They do not have any trees, they do not have anything else, so they won't be. Oh, it actually does catch the claw.
Is under attack.
Ori will blink away. No, there was a 10-feet there on the ground. He ran into it. I was gonna say that was a very interesting flying call from XXS, but turns out Ori ran straight into the tech and next line, and no one's really deal with it either. As DY will go down to SCCC.
Yeah, it's a freebie for Aster. At least, you know, you don't lose your quap. You commit towards that top lane instead, and opens, it kind of frees up that bot lane from push. They, again, cluster down mid, but they just don't have the power to really start sieging, and so sides continue to farm up. This fight, you risk getting a lot bigger here. Aster is finding a lot more into 2 big cores. Like, look at Schwab, he's flying out his blink, he's rocking the PKP next, and that's the point when the TA can really get insane. Just jump in and join all the fights, and even CCC is very close to the Manta style. So you've allowed Aster to really build up with his greedy draft, and he has not found any major openings just yet.
They'll finally get anyone mid-town for a now. With that, they'll start trying to invade this dire jungle. Got the triangle, perhaps turning the other way around, and they could actually run to SCCC on the Spectre. It seems as though the VP are thinking that they're maybe roaching at the moment as the scan actually catch out Eurus running past the pit next time. We'll get it to off. He does put on SCCC. His team is right behind his aura. Does get a call off. Static Storm drop, but it will do nothing. CY and Ori both dying there. Well, Aster, they get it. They get 2 kills for nothing. Went to the Roshan thing.
A real quick point to take with this power spot on the TA. VG, they can contest. They've got the Slam Blink. They need to be on point to quite have control of the area.
XXS making rushing forward onto Yang with the call. And plenty of damage, but no, at the same time, Eurus gonna turn around now in that CA form, trying to go after XXS. Can't quite catch him, so SCCC gonna chase down Yang. Down the egg is there, so I think Eurus is on the retreat, but this could be really bad. POIW gets in for the echo, but means it's nothing. There's no follow-up to it, and suddenly it's unkillable.
Ooh, VG, they bet out a lot there. They commit the slam, they commit the ravage, and this rush for Aster. There is nothing to stop them. It's just gonna have to try to farm up, and that's a major objective for Aster. This is going to allow them to sustain that rush. They keep going.
You want it's still the Phoenix. XXS does jump in. They wouldn't quite get the dunk. Doesn't matter. They got the kill and they'll get the T1 mid down. And at this point, they're just looking way too strongly on Aster. Like, you've got this left game Morphling to go into. But like, it doesn't appear they've left too much space away to SCCC and Tron. You could say thanks to XXS, the base the team, but he's jumping Yang as we speak. Yang is in the middle of the pool there with a lot of heroes around him now, and he is gone. He'll mech up, but it's not going to help that much. He will go down.
Yeah, it's just a lot of things going the way of Aster now. They've found a bit too much. Like, you look at people. See, he's got his Manta style flying out. He's going for the Diffusal Blade next, and this Spectre is suddenly a lot scarier now. A lot of damage can come out here. Eurus is really too far ahead of the competition. He's like 300 gold ahead of Chuan. Not an amazing amount considering how much space VG has tried to give Eurus. So right now, VG need to coordinate their attack. They need to play with a Ravage, play with a Slam, stick the perfect static storm on top. They haven't been able to find that opening in a while. They found some earlier on, just right after the laning phase, but it has really slowed down here as Aster's been a lot more disciplined with their spacing.
Let's smoke up on DY and P1W now on VG Gaming. One line down towards their own jungles, perhaps wanting to go for a fight within that jungle.
Swiftly to the temple's defense.
Chuan's gonna go to casual haste rune and certainly help him in avoiding any form of gap. Speaking of Chuan, he always has the BKB up. He's just 100 gold away basically, and now he has it. So there's that BKB coming out on the TA. And this is that point when you really start to ask how VG Gaming fight into this line for Bastion. The TA just seemingly was unkillable the last time they tried to deal with it. Yeah, with BKB Aegis. I mean, even if Aegis wasn't there, I just don't think they have damage up for the control right now. Ori, top lane, looking at S-Triple-C, but just clearing the creep wave and blink keeping up there.
At this point, if they want to fight, they have to catch Chuan out first. They need to get that control before the BKB flies out, and I do believe they have enough damage if they do focus on a singular target. It's just that, again, Aster has not given them that opening. They climb up top. They're going to try to go for that tier 1, and with that does it, none of these objectives stand around for too long.
No, they do not. It's a pretty easy target to go for. Triple C will just go ahead and take care of it.
Radiant's top tower.
Bot lane, XXS. Potency help, Chuan and Fade seems to know they are on the right. They start to the Ravage, now the Hawk comes in and Triple C is there. Still XXS surviving, does eventually go down, but at what cost? For Ori, he will end up getting away on the box. They get a concentrate his Eurus now. Going to be chased down on the Morphling. A lot of minus armor here from that bomb. Does he pull TP? Does he make it up? Chuan? No, he has the damage. PY will also TP out and he will make it out. It's still not the worst trade morph into an Axe Phoenix, but I don't think they really wanted to lose Eurus like that.
No, definitely not. This Morphling has not had the best of starts. Again, he's still number 2 in that fort, but it's not an overwhelming snowball for this hero. That does mean a lot of timers are delayed. Like, not gonna see the Ags anytime too soon. The Scotty is going to be up relatively quickly. That's just about 200-300 gold off. So once that's up, of course, you're having a lot more durability for that Morphic Fist. There's still a lot of other factors to consider. VG once more in that fight. We're just not there enough to really start to blow up, and oh no, PYW
is caught. He does blink away. It looks like he'll be fine.
He's under attack.
Yeah, the Shadow Amulet really taking him that. Oh, maybe not. Chuan gets the clumsy net. Still, PYW gonna go for a run, but Chuan is gonna be on the chase, and now Fade is there with the Sun Ray. PYW cannot really abuse that Shadow Amulet any longer. He will end up going down. That's just another nice kill up Aster.
Yeah, it's a wrong spot at the time there to break that Shadow Amulet invis, and well, you do buy enough time that the Aegis expire, so Chuan won't have that second life, but Aster's gotten so much of that Aegis anyway. They've won out a lot of fights, they've gotten a lot of farm. It's still worthwhile, even if they didn't really utilize that sense, and why? He's forced it on. He was forced to static storm on himself just to TP out.
I mean, it's just XXS, right? He's the only way to cancel or TP Master. So as soon as you see the Max running, that's really the only play. I mean, you've got the run of 8 on the Boca as well, but he wasn't really there. So Vici will just keep trying to buy more space for Eurus, who does have the Eye of Skadi up going into that BKB now more. Vici, they're just gonna run as a crew and better run to Aster at the moment. They are just looking stronger. There's been bounties being placed, but there is going to be a smoke out from Aster. They've got a BKB now up on XXS. They want to get a surprise reveal off. XXS, not seeing anyone yet. Back going after Rini. He get the ball in time. The Sunray, they bounce down, they can. A nice dunk out, and now DY just by the Spectral Illusions is dying. He's trying to make a run for a fair and above him. They get the kill. Schwab now with the BKB, trying to walk away from Eurus. He's been slowed down a lot. He doesn't have that Aegis either. Ooh. They commit the Ravage and Schwab. He will just die to the auto attacks of Eurus. The rest of Aster will walk away. They want to reinitiate. They're thinking about it. They'll clear out Eurus's illusions and they'll just hold this ground. VG not really in a position to try and fight back. We'll have to just disengage.
It's not the cleanest fight for Aster. VG's be very happy with finding that kill on 2-1. But you still lose a lot there. You were forced to have a job. There was word of BKB revealed, so in the end, I suppose you did use up that first card. Still have to be cautious about Eurus. They ignored the Morphling for a very long time there. Couldn't really get the control onto Eurus and just laid the damage out. So there is still a fighting chance here for VG. They just need to hold out a bit more. You need that defensive item on Ori. Like, it takes a while for him to die, but Aster will just throw everything at that Quap to ensure that they find that initial kill. The BKB now for Ori, really important. You just need the space to farm it up.
I mean, it's sort of the problem with the ball though. Even through that BKB, like, perhaps you'd just make the argument they won't have enough damage up with bot lane. Ori trying to beat away. XXS on the chase. Sonic Weapon committed, but XXS once again on the axe. Being a real menace here towards VG. Getting another kill, Queen of Pain.
Yeah, it's just slows down Ori's timing so much more. Catch out that Triple C.
Yeah. Wolfsman walks away and XXS is looking for a call attempt. DY will throw the thunder strike out to catch the blink off the axe. Is that going to be enough? Probably not. DY, he's just so slow at the moment, but Echo from PYW on the high ground, but Johnson there. He just cleans them up. Eurus will make a run for him. But they have lost 4 for 1. As the only one left of that one trying to get out of there. Well, he's at no place to get out. He does get the claw, but that is it. Eurus is gonna die. The buyback's out. PYW and DY not gonna amount to anything.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
Yeah. Since they blew all their teamfight ults, Aster can just siege. Again, these objectives do not hold out for long. They forced the fortify out, but there's just nothing here to defend with. The Ravage is up. Once that tie is back up and running, though.
That T3 tower certainly not the blocking, but it looks like Aster do want to retreat up. Or not, that Triple C says, no, we're good, we can keep going. I believe he is correct. You've got the Ravage, but that's all you've got. Next bomb will be up at 25, and Echo is just waiting. Another vision, or he's going to jump in. That's the but it's looking great. The Ravage, they get stuns up, but Twan just kills off Ori so easily, and now with the BKB up, they'll go after Yang. The start there from the dominated creep of SCCC in the portal. XXS getting PYW. And this is the point where you start to wonder how much time VG Gaming have left in this game number 1.
If this pace keeps up for Aster, not much time. Again, this is Aster just slowly going in, waiting for the BKBs to be up and running. And by the time these big respawns are over, because they were diebacks, they're gonna have BKB up anyway, even if those spells are up. Eurus alone is just not enough to defend them. They're just gonna slowly chip away. They do pay respect though, but rather play it safe. Just kind of wait it out. They've got that 16k lead. They know they're very far ahead. The next is just about 15 seconds off, so that's going to be the next objective they set their sights on. Not quite the right timing, but they do put a trap down, and the VG, they're going to have to try and contest. It's just, again, they don't have anyone up.
I think it's just way too hard to they're not really bother. I mean, they know what's going on. You've got no choice but to give the Roshan away. One with that necklace now is just hitting so hard, TA. The scan comes out as the Roshan go down, and it's been an impressive performance here from the side of Aster. Like, I mean, Chuan, who had such a terrible start, being camped by 2 supports and or on the quad constantly, did make his way back, and his second network now. That'll be the final out of 10 power going down on Aster. With that Aegis feeling very, very confident to keep going. You've got the G's there on SC to boot, so there's really no reason to back off. You've got to be a little bit afraid of the Echo and Static Storm, but that's really it. Ravage is still 25 seconds or it's a vehicle for the TA, falling low, lose the Aegis, now XXS. He's done by Eurus. He should be able to get the X given us. Now he fade. Does end up going down to Phoenix. Eurus is just trying to back out as far. He's on top of him with a lot of damage. Not enough. Ravage out from the A, connected to the tree. They do kill off the Spectre. As Triple C is gone, and now so is Chuan. Baboka, last one there, will eventually die. And BG Gaming, I mean, PYW with a fantastic Echo Slam, and they just did everything.
And that was what we were looking for the past FR. Like, you know, we wanted a Slip to come in with Ravage, with a Static Storm in the screen, and when they do connect, it is a very scary team fight that comes out from VG. So Aster, there's still some things to be cautious about. Although expanding those spells, I mean, those are long cooldowns, that is a slight opening for Aster. It's just that VG now can find some objectives off the map in exchange.
And not only that, I mean, it was a 6k gold swing just from that one team fight. I mean, they just couldn't blow him up, and now PYW might even get a dieback here on Fade. He knows he's in the tree somewhere. Corona gonna scout him out now. Fade, he'll go for the Icarus dive out. Looks like he'll be fine.
Dire's middle tower has fallen.
VG, they get mid-tier 2 tower thanks to Ori, but they do end up leaving the tier 2 top because there was no creep wave. They don't have damage output to go through the backdoor protection. Based on how they're going now, VG Gaming, they are nowhere near out of the game yet.
As long as they play around those cooldowns, there's a lot of potency here for the side of VG. Eurus now given a lot more space, is saving up for his own Daedalus pistols first. Just have that burst damage out, and once you get that big enough, it can really stand toe to toe. You know, it does get a bit ridiculous. You've got the level 25 talent up and running as well, so he does have the additional waveforms. Just a lot easier for Eurus to slip in and out in the middle of those fights with his BKB.
Yeah. This is certainly going to hurt. We have another smoke up from Aster. They don't want to give this lead that they have go to waste. They're going to try again. This time without the Aegis, but you do still have the... We'll see. Echo is back up. Static Storm and Sonic Wave. Grabbing the 10. They're going to launch in onto DY, trying to get rid of that disruption first. Now Ori being dumped off. He got his BKB off, and he will be able to blink out, but Eurus is forward up on the model. Success can't really get in range to get a call off.
Has been killed.
That's a decent start there with Team Y going down. Unfortunately for us, they don't really have a creep wave to go high ground with, so they're gonna have to let this go.
Yeah, it's a good time for VG, and that shove out done earlier does give them that space to breathe, and that on DY isn't that long because he's really under leveled. I mean, that's a level 13 for 36 minutes in, but that is a bit of a boon, right? You're gonna have that additional hero up suit rather than later, and Aster, again, they're gonna have to temper themselves. The Ravage is still, the Echo Slam's still up.
Mid lane, Echo and Ravage being committed. They missed out on that success. They do get him eventually, and now the boat will also go down to Eurus. They want more. Already he's having a look with that shit as gone. Does barely spot out Fade, still on the chase trail, doesn't have Icarus start. He'll just try and sunrake the Orc to be on Mori. Now with the mission control, there is no way for Fade to survive. A triple kill out for Eurus. And that'll pretty much give him his Daedalus if he wants it. But it looks like he wants to go high ground first.
Oh yeah, and even if it's just yours, you need all the right click that BG needs. They force out that fortify. Do have to send the wipe, the split push from Aster to C, but they don't probably need that disruptor without the next one. So tier 3 gone, on to the racks.
Very easy to take. Suddenly the game's even down. I mean, I'd even say VG Gaming are ahead now. Not in net worth, but that mid lane is much more valuable in terms of objectives than, say, the bot lane, which was taken earlier on by Aster. This play with the Daedalus up on yours, and he's gonna have a say tank with a button sword. It's gonna be really tough to get through HP. The only hope you really have is XSS landing another massive call Eurus, assuming he hasn't already started strength moving.
Yeah, it's really the only control they have, and we mentioned that from the draft, that there was a lot of weight to be put in XSS's back, and this is the time when that will really start to show up. So he has to stick that land in the middle of this entire fight before VG can get the Ravage slam. It's just such a tall order for an Axe to get that timing right, and VG has a lot more leeway in landing their spells now. They're even finding some decent build-up on the rest of your heroes. Yang, he's got that Heaven's Halberd, so even if you don't catch out the TA or the spec, as long as you manage to disarm one of them, then that's basically still a 4v5 for VG, at least for a few seconds, and those few seconds are really all VG needs. They've still got a lot of damage to play with. If you're not careful here, Aster, they've really got to temper out these fights and find the proper opening now.
VG, the smoke up. What do they find here? So they're just gonna perhaps just go for that outpost and push out the bot wave. That Ori has that Shiver's Guard, because you have that aura now, freezing aura, giving that minus 25% on the HP read. Really is up against that Phoenix. Especially considering Fade also went for the Holy Locket to try and amplify with his own Spirit Vessel. Kind of necessary to have that Shiver's up. He did have an urn earlier on that quad, but it looks like he just got rid of it. He just kind of didn't see the need for going to the Vessel himself, which is not so fair, because you don't really need the Vessel up against the Spectre. Like, it's nice, but it's not necessary.
Nah, especially at this point in the game, just eats up a slot. But starting posture around a rush.
W forced to BKB as he went in for a Fury hole. Now Yak jumps in. With the Ravage. XXX bursts his side down, but he can get the Ravage up in time. Now first going straight up the Phoenix does blow him up. Sonic Wave is now from Orchid on to the Enchantress. They do get closer as well. Does he want to keep going? He'll wait 4 mounts for now. The buybacks are coming out faster now with the core from XXS. It could be bad. He's still surviving, but not for long. They do get the kill, but now PYW gets in with the Echo. However, as Triple C will eat cheese, he'll survive. Or in trouble. He'll blink away. But Schwab wasn't the case. He does get the kill from DY. It's all his poor old D behind by himself, but he does TP out in time.
Ooh, that's a lot of back and forth there. In the end, there were a lot more buybacks flying out from VG that are bigger. That is Eurus' buyback, that is Ori's buyback. A lot more pivotal than the Enchantress and Axe. And this puts VG in a very awkward position where, you know, they do have to be a lot more cautious, because if they die on Eurus, that might just be checkmate. They've got to be really careful about the next fights they take. I think a lot of that came from the fact that they were disengaging, but they're tired.
He went in by himself. He'll BKB up. As around, but this is gonna come up. This next storm, and now Ori jumps in for next success. No, the call doesn't really land. Ori still coming at it. After that, he's pretty low. They still get the ball from Schwab. Big one with a nice kinetic build to try and get out of it, but he is ultimately just gonna dump it. And he's sticking around there. I want to turn. DY, he's still alive. Finally dropping. He'll buy back. And there's no buyback left on the map at the moment. That's just favored the Phoenix.
Yeah,
Both
that's,
teams are going to just back up for a bit.
they really want to fight over that Roche. All of this is just to build up towards that next Roshan, and it will be up in about 6 seconds. So this is an upward time still for VKS. Ravage is not quite up. Static Form is still half a minute off, but they will have the Echo Slant to play with. And that is now spotted out by Aster. But they've got that illusion from Quap as well. So both sides are fully aware the next Roche is up.
Say out on Eurus. Get up a Divine Rapier just in case in that morphing. Just if we get to that point, which we kind of are at now, you might feel like that next team doesn't pan out. It's just that time to go for Divine, and it does fit the bill because that S-Triple P does have Butterfly up on the stack. So, if you're a Swanson in conjunction with Daedalus, it's gonna be nice.
Yeah, it's not too bad of an item here, of course. The one thing, well, is you hit level 25 now on a lot of these heroes. Ori has that Fear Talent, got the Melt Bash coming out from Chuan, so a lot more control for both teams to play with. That's something they have to be pretty cautious about as they go into that next fight. Only that one buyback and fade, as you mentioned. You don't want to risk too much here for that next objective. So both teams, they're posturing around on the opposite side of the river, but neither side are really ready to fully commit to that rush.
Keep on waiting, but we smoke out from Aster. Ancient creeps are now in chat to this wall by Cantress, so it's got the ancient black dragon. And back onto DY, he gets to go up with the call from XXS. He's on Yang and they do it off the time. DY also dying back. Now going to be controlled, falling low, he will survive, and gets one on the TA, now on to C, but he's going to stiff, they'll go off the A first, XXS again with the call, will not survive through it, and S-Triple-C needs to get the hell out of there, as P1W is going to be right behind him, and they do get the sped up. The buyback will, he's been left behind, and ultimately will die. A triple kill up for Eurus on that morph. And if you wanted to go for that Roshan, now probably is the time.
Oh, it definitely is. The surprising thing about that fight, VG, they held on to most of their ults. They still have the Ravage, they still have the Slam. They only had to blow the Static Storm and Wave. So even after this rush, they could just keep forcing out. Even in the high ground defense, say if Aster do respawn, there's still a lot here from VG that can come into play.
Be careful about those couriers, and you get one, and now Fade, he's been jumped on. You do not want to lose the Phoenix, yes, and you might just have to take it. Fade, he'll die another 110. I suppose you'd argue he doesn't really have much of a choice to try and contest. Someone needs to be there to try and spill that Aegis, but we're now looking at another high ground attempt from Vici, I'm sure.
Oh yeah, it's going to be straight in. Looks like they want to rush through mid. Just ignore the tier 2s now and straight for those tier 4s. And they've got the refresh on top of PYW as well, so they've got a lot of leeway in how they take these fights. Aster, so it's going to have to be a really impressive defense here.
It's going to be tough. They've got 20 seconds for XXS, and again, that's their main form of control. Without that, S-Triple-C can't really do anything. It's a 5v1. It's really almost impossible, but they're going to try and wait this one out. XXS 4 seconds away. The glyph will be over now. The Ancient is exposed. They're trying to do something. Orch is there, but Yang just rather just finish the game. It's too much. You've got the Earth check, you've got the Ravage from the Tide, the Static Storm, the Kinetic Field. There is way too much control on VP for these moments. I respect us trying to wait out the respawn timers, but it does not pan out. Vici Gaming take game 1 in a very close game 1.
Oh yeah, it's
1500 gold. He actually is going to go straight into the pipe here, opting to tank up even more.
Rolling boulder from Sep misses again, but there's the invest bomb, and this time Ohio's in trouble. Roar will come out, they have the magnetize, they get off the silence as well, and Ohio will get right click down. The exorcism will go from Mushi, doing a decent amount of damage to that aggressive. The Borslow comes through, he has no infest, he has the armlet toggle, needs to be careful, the Spirit Siphon coming out, the glimpse back onto aggressive, gets him back in there. They get the grave off in time though, the open wounds will come through, they have the kinetic shield. There's the black hole, from the low ground, on to 3, Sep as well as NM1 are gonna get chewed down, 3 dead, Mushi gets a double kill. DJ, are you kidding me, from the low ground?
DJ, God, the crowd here just goes insane as he hits the black hole of his life. And
Likely could just give this one up. The vision advantage with the Hawk does help. But nope, they're ready. They've actually got a smoke. They can bypass the Hawk with this, but
there's no way they take this in time. Fnatic need to get out. Mushi is going to be stunned by the boulder smash. They're going to come through. Showit looking for Ravage. Can't find it. Mushi pops the BKB early. Aggressive blinks in. Pops the rage as well. Still has his BKB ready to go. They really want to contest this and take it down as quickly as possible. They get the refresher for Ohio. It's coming out. Double Roar is ready. Can they find a kill off of this? Maybe he's walking up with the Silver Edge. Ohio's going to get caught first. Ravage catches onto 2. Black hole counter initiation. Static Storm on top. Aggressive is low. They get up to Static Storm. Showit pops the refresher. It's not enough. Maybe it's getting chewed through by mid 1. They get off the Roar. They'll lose 2. They'll lose 3. They buy back on the Tide. He's got another Ravage. They have no buyback on Maybe. What an initiation from DJ.
Secures another kill, and Tongfu is going to continue to push. They're not done. Mech still hasn't even been used. There's a hook. How? Brought all the way back to the base. Cleaned up by the fountain. And waddles his way back to the front lines.
Well, like I said, it does waste time, but they kind of need it. I mean, they need to be able to just eliminate somebody from the fight, very similar to what Mu can do for Tongfu. So if he had been a little bit farther up, he would have been able to throw the hook, but the thing is there was a range creep in the way. And there it is, yep.
Banana going for a ride on the Dindy Express. Welcome to the well. Aegis goes to Tongfu. And now charging back out. Dindy going to be spotted, and he gets, no, he doomed to Chen. That's a much better choice. Oh, he got him. He got him. Not going to follow it all the way because we got a battle to watch with Puppy. Trying to get away from it, going to be telekinesed back. And they will be able to get him as well. There you so a 1-for-1 trade. And wow, Hal is still alive down there. Engagement breakout as Kuro. Oh, there we go. The hook, got him. Zhan Xing taking the long ride to Shanghai. Welcome home. Na'Vi is down. Can you say mega creeps? Na'Vi, he got him. One more. This is what you call one for the road.
Man, I can't.
The game for IG. Who leads the way? I believe it should be Zoe. They're gonna cut for the shorter path. They storm up the river. Patience from Zoe. Waiting in the wings. Na'Vi's about to be caught. Oh, there's the sleep. The surge. He catches everyone. Oh, this could be a total disaster. Vacuum in. Ravage on everyone. The black hole as well. Light of heaven turns it around. Ravage as well. Stolen by Dendy. Are you kidding me? They turn it around. 4 heroes dead for
5
IG.
heroes dead. Chuan trying to survive. Chuan's gonna go down. Puppy talked about the Naga counter. It's Light of Heaven with his BKB. They turn it around. I don't even know how they're gonna do it. Standing ovation from the crowd. The last tower will be going down.
Start the fight with that global and just try to blow up and get on top of that Zeus right away. Get into that backline. I mean, the Rubik and the Zeus are really starting to be quite an issue for them.
Chalice is in with the opener, straight in with the lasso. The tower will fall, but they'll drag back the Ember Spirit into the torrent, cut him down with the Tidebringer. He's dead, but on the side. They find Arme. Arme's dead for 60. Still alive at the moment. And all the use! The dodge! Anna up into the end, dodging the Echo Snap. Somnus, he's trapped here in the Sprout. OG, they'll slowly punch down the Kunkka. The stolen Finch and Jerax sets up onto FY. OG!
So this PL will continue just to BT split push this game out, get more and more money. And that, for me, is still the biggest problem for Evil Geniuses. Where do you go with this? Fear needs to have that damage dealing item. But in order to do so, he's got to drop either his TP scroll or sell the Ring of Aquila. And Samel, blink, Dragon Tail stun. Garda's going to be here with the hookshot as well. They're going to bite Samel. The Cogs burn bought them a little bit of extra time. And with Samel down and no buyback, Roshan is a very, very juicy target here for CDEC.
EG are going to know they're going for it, though. First of all, it would be pretty obvious from the lane situation, but they also have a good ward around the river area to see that CDC are moving in there now. I don't think EG are interested in contesting this 4-on-5, but maybe they could delay it long enough for it to be a 5-on-5 if they Ice Blast and Fissure properly. There is no hook shot.
They're all together. PPD, here comes the Ice Blast, ready for the dodge! In from Universe! Into the faster! CDEC! They're going to get wiped from the face of the earth, apart from aggressive. He'll jump out, but the Wombo combo perfectly hits from Evil Geniuses, and now they will take Roshan. Samel is back, they'll get the egg into the Immortal.
OG right behind Ame. Gets the jump, finds the Pugner. Vision will not find the stun. Pugner with no buyback. OG, they were really playing with fire. The Hex down the Terrorblade. Spectral Haunt looking for the frontline attack, but that's why Somnus goes into the back line. The BKB, they're into the back line. Shaker, he's bouncing around. Hawk shot, she stuns on the way through. ES is gone. No buybacks available. Have LGD done it? They're holding Anna. Hold him in place. Chalice will find the damage. F5 will die for it. No, really? Anna is actually running away, but it won't stop Arme from blinking up, looking for the tier 3 tower. 2 players left alive for OG. They're the big ones, however. Thompson and Anna on the defense duty. Fortification. It's delayed as much as they possibly can. And now the jump out. Hex, the boy in the bubble. Thompson able to be protected once again. Chalice very, very low on mana. They have a lot, but Arme, he'll change the life with Anna. Thompson needs to be pushed away. Able to do so. FY jumps onto the illusion only, so the hookshot won't be able to connect. But Anna, he needs to retreat. There's so much damage. Anna down. Buyback is available. They still have not taken the mid racks. OG are just trying to delay LGD for the moment. 5 heroes around. The bubble is there protecting the melee racks. Anna, Sunder! Once again, the Sunder switches the life. Arme's back up to full health, but the damage from Thompson, it's good enough to kill off the bait. Buyback is there. Somnus leads forward. They just keep bunching them around, but they're still battling from inside the bubble. Pugner will come to the world living LGD. They're going for the GG push. They're going up the tier 4 towers. OG, they have to hold the line. They have the numbers. Seven from the side with a take on Arme, but no! Sunder is back up. It is there. Chalice will fall. They lose the Enchantress. FY pushing around Anna. He's so low. Can they get the die back on him? You bet your Nelly they can. Arme still very, very low. The blast will kill him off. But buyback. LGD want this now. LGD, or can they? Backing up? No, they're not. Terrorblade. BT's forward. The ball is up. Thompson needs to defend. X-Nova very visible. You've got a very, very low life Marana. But OG, they can't find the target. X-Nova, he's got the grip. He's got the control. He's got the kill. Thompson is down, but ES is up. Where the Echo slam. Oh, there he is. Forward. There's your slam. There's the dunk. There's the play. Jirax, the savior of OG.
1,500 gold. He actually is going to go straight into the pipe here. Look, opting to tank up even more.
Rolling boulder from Zep misses again, but there's the invest bomb, and this time Ohio's in trouble. Roar will come out, they have the magnetize, they get off the silence as well, and Ohio will get right-click down. The exorcism will go from Mushi, doing a decent amount of damage to that aggressive. The Borslow comes through, he has no infest, he has the armlet toggle, needs to be careful, the Spirit Siphon coming out, the glimpse back onto aggressive, gets him back in there. They get the grave off in time though, the open wounds will come through, they have the kinetic shield. There's the black hole, from the long ground, on to 3, Zep as well as NM1 are gonna get chewed down. 3 dead. Mushi gets a double kill. DJ, are you kidding me, from the low ground?
DJ, God, the crowd, he just goes insane as he hits the black hole of his life. And
likely could just give this one up. The vision advantage with the Hawk does help. But nope, they're ready. They've actually got it smoked. They can bypass the Hawk with this, but
there's no way they take this in time. Fnatic need to get out. Mushi is going to be stunned by the boulder smash. They're going to come through. Shout looking for Ravage, can't find it. Mushi pops the BKB early, aggressive blinks in.
Radiant team ban. Ten seconds remaining. 5, 5 seconds remaining.
Alright, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back. We are here for game number 2 between Team Aster and VG Gaming. It is MLP Donor Fire. John, welcome back, sir. Game number 1, it looked like it was going to be an Aster victory, but VG Gaming do manage to push it back. Game number 2, what do you think needs to happen differently from Aster?
I think they've got to be a lot more careful. Like we were talking about them being disciplined early on to get that spacing right, you know, to prevent the team fight coming out of VG, but down the line, they kind of just threw that out. They had no respect for the power PYW was bringing, for the ravages that was coming out as well from Yang, and it kind of fell apart when they give those openings out to VG. So they have to really temper themselves as they approach that late game, and maybe consider a bit of a faster timer because they blubbed so much time away towards VG that Eurus was just unstoppable. So, you know, they've got to temper themselves out, find their openings a bit better. There were times where they won the buyback wars but couldn't find the objectives, and it was all those small mistakes that really just piled up in the end.
You did.
VG Gaming's
And Aster, they'll get through their bans, they'll get rid of the SD Phoenix, and of course VG Gaming, they got rid of the IO once again, and the Clockwork. And they've been to the first phase picks. VG Gaming, do they want to go back into the Quap? Do you want the Nyx Assassin available? Do you the Earthshaker, of course, for PYW? There's just so many options. I wouldn't quite blame them if they just wanted to go back into that first pick of Earthshaker, because PYW is just doing a great job as always.
Yeah.
But no, it's the vengeful spirit they want.
Yeah, that's an interesting one. This is something that I was checking out the bans from the first series. Aster was continuously banning that Venge first. This time around, this series, they have been letting it slide through. So VG pick it up for themselves. Aster, of course, they have the option to. They take the Mars that we have seen multiple times from a lot of teams. Just a lot of value in having that team fight. They did ban out the Phoenix themselves, so Aster won't have that combination on hand. We'll see how they build around this Mars and the team fight it does bring.
VG. Have a think about this. There's just so many options to go for with these bans coming out. Like, they aren't really the most usual bans we're used to seeing. There's just so many options, especially in that position 4 role for PYW. Earthshaker. And of course, you just go back into the ES as Aster just left it and went for the Mars.
Yeah, it's a straightforward pick for VG, and we saw what PYW bring. He really did start that turnaround for VG. It was that high ground fight where he just got a 3-man echo, and that just gave VG the opening. So can't really fault them for going back to the Shaker. Aster, though, they shake it up. They get the Winter Wyvern for themselves now. That's a hero we haven't seen in a while, at least here in China. And it does tie nicely to that Mars. A lot of team fight and control here for Aster, along with some decent sustain. We'll see how much they can pull out with that Winter Wyvern. I mean, again, it's been a while, at least in China, for us in seeing this hero.
Yeah, it's been a while. I think Aster is one of the teams that does prefer to run the Wyvern on a regular basis. If I do remember correctly, because I feel like we always see this out of Aster. Over the years of casting this team, they do tend to perform quite well on the Wyvern, whether they run it as the position 5 or 4. Yeah, but I'd say you just keep it as a 5 here and get another. So we'll have to wait about the next ban phase before we get more picks coming up. Naturally, Aster, they will remove the Medusa, and VG Gaming will once again give respect to Chuan's Puck. We'll get rid of that as well.
That's not too surprising with the bans. The Medusa, again, we've seen pop out every now and again with the Venge. It's just enabled by that so much more. And VG has drafted that a couple of times, so keeping it safe. The Mirana ban out from VG, not too surprising. Mars Mirana. Again, that's been a popular pickup here in China. So just limiting the combinations you can pull off for Aster, and we'll see what they do. Like, there are some big options here. Aster, I'm not sure if they want to let that Morphling slide through for Eurus. Again, you've still got the Shaker, although there has been less emphasis on getting that Ags into Morph. It's still a really potent combo regardless, and we saw Aster just leave that alone in the second phase. I'm not sure if they'd want to do that again here.
I mean, Eurus has been picking up consistently. That's the thing. Like,
10 seconds
he's
remaining.
picking up the morph on such a consistent basis. It almost seems like a very obvious ban, but I suppose you are limited to how many bans you can make. Well, they have one more chance to get rid of it before the second pick phase. If VG Gaming started focusing on those position 4s. And Aster, do you want to ban out the morphling? Seems like the way to go, for sure.
10 seconds remaining.
They're gonna have a bit of a think about it.
Radiant team pick.
No, the Viper again.
Gaming's turn to pick.
Aster into the Quap. All right, so you just want to maintain that lane for Chuan, because the Viper does real pain in the butt to deal with, that Viper. But VG Gaming, they surely have played against a lot of Quap by this point. I'm sure they know how to deal with it.
Yeah. And again, they've left a lot of Eurus heroes in the pool. Morphling still right there if VG do want to pick it to close out this phase later on. Matchup against a Quap, we have seen it draw out evenly. I mean, Spirit Cutters have not been banned out, so Ember, Storm, Void, all of them are still in the pool if VG do want those down mid, and that still plays with a very fast tempo for VG if they wanted that.
I mean, they could even put the Morph mid with Eurus, like... We've seen him do that before, where they just switch things up in that mid lane and Eurus just takes over sometimes on the Morphling if it is a suitable matchup. But now they'll have a think and see what they really want to go into here. I'm sure they'll just try and find a solution to this Queen of Pain for now.
Ember Spirit.
And well, there it is. They'll get the Ember Spirit, who doesn't really mind going into the Quap. In fact, you could make the argument it is somewhat of a counter with those chains. And Team Aster now, it's about that time you either go for the position 4 or you do go into that safe lane carry, but it's probably going to just be the pos 4 pick for Aster. I still wouldn't mind that Nyx Assassin, John. It's there.
Yeah, it fits the select really well. It gives you that scouting potential and of course enables you to go fast. Spike Carapace kind of ruins the Ember Spirit if you play your cards right. Even a Shaker doesn't enjoy going into that, so Aster's got a lot of leeway with that, and we have seen Aster pick that up a couple of times before. They did want to, this is the perfect time to pick it up.
VG Gaming's
but yeah, they're having a bit of a think. Yeah, there you go.
Yeah.
Good call out, Mike.
Thank you, sir. It just seems so obvious into the Ember though, right? Like,
yeah.
That's something you always like to tell me now. Spare time, like Nyx Assassin is such a good hero in the Spirit of the flame guard. You pop Spike Carapace, stuns him up.
It's
I've been listening, John. I've been listening.
It's just so it's kind of brainless, You see Ember, you press Spike. You don't need to do anything. You don't need to line up even for the Impale. Still, VG, this is something that Nyx doesn't deal with too well. Terrorblade comes out and. There is good burst damage from the Nyx, right? You hit 6, Terrorblade's not that tanky, Vendetta is gonna eat right through with a follow-up stun, and if you have a +1, you can still handle the TB, it's just down the line. TB does not care for the Nyx. The Nyx does not manage that hero. Winter Wyvern, I mean, with the illusion spam, we've seen some Winter Wyverns struggle with finding the real one. Terrorblade might make it a bit more complicated to land the big Winter's Curse. So VG's gonna have to be careful with that, but even considering that, like, they've got the Venge to just swap people out in case, just to stall out that Winter's Curse anyway. So there's a lot of value here from VG. Their lineup's still looking pretty darn good. Aster's got some responses, but nothing to really get VG too scared. The Quap, at least if you play aggressive with Quap Nyx, you can make it hellish for yours to find that farm to TB once you hit the level 6 mark. So Aster's got to play a lot faster and has to be really disruptive towards that safe lane.
They can make it happen. VG Gaming actually removing the Morphling themselves, of course, not wanting to allow the Morph pick into the Terrorblade.
10 seconds remaining. 5 seconds.
Of course,
remaining.
Team Aster getting rid of that Yang Centaur that does love going back to when he's just lacking a hero to pick up. There'll be one more ban for either side. We are, of course, still missing the offlane for VG Gaming, and Aster are still lacking that position 1. And I do give Triple C. Like, you wouldn't go back into the Spectre up against the Terrorblade. It just seems a bit too hard of a matchup.
Yeah, it's a tricky one. Seen a lot of teams try to surprise people with like an AM pick. Aster might consider that if they wanted to. I'm not entirely sold out in this game. You've got solid stunts here from VG. Got a lot of damage early on. You've got scaling from Terrorblade, so there's a bunch of stuff to worry about if Aster do pick up that AM, but again, it has been rather popular. You know, a lot of teams have been banning it out. And I checked the last series, well, Aster and VG were banning the AM in the second phase. It does slide true, so Aster could try to close out with that if they want.
They could.
5 seconds remaining.
Will they? You have 17 seconds reserve time for this this final pickup now.
Radiant team pick.
Think about it and oh, okay. So the Bane comes out. So they're gonna run the position 3 Venge. Pot Bane for VG Gaming, and PYW I'm sure will just be back on position 4 Earthshaker. And this is another one of the times we will see that core vengeful spirit coming out for VG Gaming.
5 seconds
remaining. Yeah, I actually much like the bench still has a lot of impact. You know, the farm build-up can work out as long as you pace yourselves, as long as you're not just completely soaking farm there. So you expect some activity coming out here from that bench. The Bane just gives them so much control, especially for that quad. Now you've got a very solid way to just lock in that hero, and even canceling out a potential AM pick. Like if Aster pick that AM up in the last pick, you've got the Bane response ready. You have a way of keeping those highly mobile heroes down. It's a pretty smart last pick here for VG, and really trying to maximize that flex with Avenge. This is a really solid lineup with some really great timers.
It is. Aster taking over their last pick. This is a very hard pick for them to make. Just such a hard draft to control here from VG Gaming, and well, Aster, they are going to go into the AM. All right, so you called it out earlier. There it is.
It's not an easy one though.
It's a hard AM game for sure.
The Bane, it's an AM into Bane. You like this, you know? You play Bane a lot.
Oh, I'd love it. Yeah, it's great old fun. Like, you've got the curse, you've got the spear, you've got the impale from the assassin to cancel the grip off. But it's really not that easy in the heat of the moment to find out where this Bane is and just try and shut him down before he can just channel the full duration of Fiend's grip. You've got these gap closers on VG Gaming. Like, you've got Ori on the Ember. Can easily close the gap on the AM if he does get caught out in that Fiend's grip and just burst him down. Triple C is going to have to be very, very careful about how he plays this game around. I mean, the Bane's there, but you've even got the Earthshaker Venge.
Oh yeah.
The chain from the Ember. There's a lot to worry about.
Yeah, we'll find out if Aster can hold out in that one. And their pacing in this game is not too different. You're still having to see XX and Dwan kind of carry the slack for the AM, except it's not as constrained to say haunt for early fight, so the AM has a bit more room to just farm up and perhaps get the split push going. VG, they do have some timers to worry about, like Eurus on the Terrorblade has to be wary about his Metamorphosis timing. You have to be conscious about the slam timings for PYW, but if kind of wait that out. Again, we saw VG do that in game 1, where they just bounce back in with one good initiation, and this kind of lineup can emulate that kind of success as well.
It definitely can. How this pans out, VG Gaming one game away from able to pull off this best of 3 victory. Aster trying to force to a game number 3 in this game too. I believe in their last series, they did use the SCCC AM to win the first game of their previous series today up against VG. So I don't think it was into a lineup quite like this where you have this much cash.
Oh yeah.
But still, SCCC, he might just be feeling confident based off that previous performance.
Yeah, so I have to say, Mike, it's kind of annoying. I look at SCCC, I look at his blades, it's not matching. That kind of hurts me. That's not good.
It's interesting, right? Because when he spins around, it looks kind of... Yeah, no, it doesn't. See, that's the problem. When he stands still and you can really take a look at them, they don't really gel at all. I see what he was trying to do there, but that ain't it, it's SCCC. Get the real ones going. Like, pick one blade or the other. You don't need them to be different.
Oh, man. It's going to be a straightforward start for both sides. Again, no excitement. Once with taking out those outpost timings, you just don't see teams kind of commit for that. You do see a bit of a tri-lane start from Aster, and they've got Fade camping further in the tree line, so it's their turn to try to find that easy first blood in their end, and up against a Terrorblade, that's not the hardest target to really get that done on.
Especially if you can get him when he pops that Metamorphosis. We've seen this quite a few times up against Terrorblades from multiple teams, and it makes it really hard for them. You lose that initial meta, and not to mention you've got to find your way back into the lane. Generally speaking, up against the Mars, you want to commit meta, but it will be scouted out by the Bane. DY will probably die here. It's very fire. No, actually manages to get away with that very fire. Nice little play on DY, realizing this might be happening. That'll allow Eurus to be able to just absorb with the full duration of that Metamorphosis.
That's a massive win for BG off from the start. I mean, XXS, he's not that tanky, so when he comps these hits from the Metamorphosis, it's not a good trade for Mars. He does have a lot of tangos in that 2 ring of regens. So he can regen up fairly quickly, but he's going to be shoved away from that wave for a while.
Well, it's that mid lane as well. You'll see Ori and Chuan up against each other on the Ember Qua. But now it's going to definitely favor Chuan, as you don't really have that many points in the Flame Guard. But as the levels go up, Ori should be feeling really confident with himself on this Ember. He'll probably avoid going for the Chains build to start off with. Looks like he does want to go into the Spider Fist Flame Guard, which I guess is pretty current meta. Should enjoy himself for a bit longer.
So it's certainly a lot better of a start for Chuan. Not a runaway one-sided match. So look to Chuan down the line to really start to maximize that quap. We talked about Ori hitting those timings in game 1. It's Chuan's turn to pump the aggression up with a really decent start so far.
Ori's going to try and pressure him a bit with that Flame Guard. That bot lane, the one lane we haven't talked about yet, it's going to be PYW and Yang up against SCCC and Fade. And Fade hits a very nice impale on the Nyx Assassin, just trying to harass Yang out. But PYW will get a fish around and stop any form of harassment. And SCCC taking a fair amount of damage himself. He will be able to salve up and be just fine. They are, look, of course, make this as difficult as possible for SCCC in the spot lane. So far, they're doing a decent job of it as well. He's kind of been limited to 7 last hits on this AM.
It's not amazing. It's not an amazing start for SCCC, and it's this harassment the Venge just pumps out. That wave of terror is so cheap. It does 60 damage when you pump it out. It reduces your armor, so when PYW comes into trade, you are not winning. And just a lot to deal with for that AM. It is a hero that really takes a while to ramp up. There's not much you can really expect from a Nyx to get done in this lane.
It's kind of intriguing as well, right? Because they put Baboka up at that top lane on the wide. Just something you would have rather seen Baboka down to the bot lane, just to be able to really protect and harass out the opponents in that safe lane for the AM. But they seem to be really prioritizing trying to focus down Eurus a bit more on this Terrorblade. I don't think there's much you can do about it. Like, Eurus should just be perfectly fine to get those few Wraith bands out and start rotating into his own jungle. I just don't see them being able to slow him down in this landing phase.
Yeah, it's not the most amazing start for Eurus as well, so neither safe laner having that free farm start. But this is actually a bit more beneficial for VG, just because that Terror Blade can play a bit faster if you want. DY is in a spot of trouble though.
He is. He does get the Nightmare off on Quap. Juan, do you want to chase for this? Nightmare will be taken eventually by a Boca, but it will lead to nothing. Juan will just return his way back into that mid lane and get back to farming up. We are yet to see a first blood from either side.
Yeah, it's a lot more cautious of a game. You are seeing the region rune on Chuan, so he's going to be a bit more comfy on that clock, but every lane's just focused on farm. It's just down to how these duels work out, although Eurus in a spot of trouble now.
Yeah, they get the spear on Eurus. He's trying to make a run. He'll go for the TP back to that T1. No way to cancel that off after the spear. Because you don't really want to waste the, well, I was about to say you don't want to waste the meta duration, but it was expiring anyway. He's just going to go for the large camp pull, but doesn't get the aggro of the creep wave. Only gets the range crit. That's why it's support's job to do that job. The carries have no clue as Yang. Bot lane does go down for Boca, able to secure first blood on that Winter Wyvern.
Yeah, it's a 3-man rotation to get that done, but in the end, it's very worthwhile. You do finally get that bonus for yourself, and this is going to give a little bit more space towards SCCC. He does have his ring of health up, so the AM it's a lot more durable now in lane, and he can cop a couple more hits. Should help SCCC to find that early farm into his battle fury build.
Ori mid lane, gonna go on to Chuan, but it's not really gonna lead to much. Bit of harassment. The Boca is gonna be there on Wyvern to harass him back, and now Sonic Wave. Ori, he's actually in big trouble. They do go onto the T1 tower, but they do get the kill. Chuan able to successfully pick that one up on the Quap. Nobody there to help out Ori.
It's again a big win for Aster. They are really starting to find that early aggression. They're making use of these support rotations early on. They've managed to ride through that early wave of aggression from VG. And as long as they get this pacing right, I mean, you're going to have a lot of space for SCCC. He does lose his courier with his Glove of Haste. So that is somewhat impactful, just slowing down the farm just a tad. It's a full minute 20 where you're not having that value item up.
Fade. Moving in his rune down that bot lane. He's looking towards Yang, but we'll go on to PYW instead. Won't really be able to kill him off. As we see, just spending a bit of mana for PYW. There is a rotation out from Baboka on that Winter Wyvern. Back in to see if he can pick up another kill, but go for the D ward first. Unfortunately, that sentry ward down the low ground is just out of range of the sentry he just placed. Well, looks like Yang and PYW are very well aware of his rotation on that Wyvern. They just back off towards that tier 1 tower.
Yeah, this is a lot of commitment down bot to just SCCC that really good start he wants. Does free up the top lane a bit. Like Eurus now is free to go into his own jungle, and that he does. He's got his power treads up, he's got the 2 rate bands, he's got level 6. This will give space towards DY. He's been XP starved on that Bane. He needs to hit that level 6 mark in a good time, just to ensure they have the control for the aggression they may want to come out.
Top lane, gonna catch DY. Chuan gonna blink in, but takes the 9 minute. Allow the spear out from XXS. DY might actually be able to just TP out of here. Chuan has the Sonic Wave, but unwilling to commit. We'll just let the Bane TP away.
Oh yeah, that is a lot of wasted time for Chuan. This is time where he's not farming. This is time he's giving to Ori to start to play a catch, and the Ember will enjoy that. They do actually rotate down top to try to defend this tower now.
They'll be fine to do so. They do back off on the side of Aster. Fate setting up for a killer pip here onto Yang. PYW trying to get a Fisher out, does come down successfully, but now Quan is on top of Yang. They get the magic missile out. Yang is probably set to die, but a great TP play out. Will make it away. That is a very, very nice spot from Yang to find himself out of there.
Oh, that is just... They've missed out on 2 kills now in a row with Chuan's rotations. This is not worthwhile for the Queen of Pain. I mean, these are not major misouts, but again, this is time where your co-op isn't farming, where you're forcing out movement, where you're not focusing on the creeps, and VG, they're losing out in too much space because of these kinds of movements. So they're still finding a lot more in maps still, despite that kill disadvantage they currently have.
Ganks just aren't working out at all. Mid lane Ori. Behind the Quap in terms of farm, but just he'll just keep slowly farming up. But bot lane, they do finally get the kill onto Yang. Was Baboka rotating in again on that Wyvern to help out, and now they do ping out Eurus. They know where this Terrorblade is, but Eurus will now realize that he needs to get themselves out of there. It just gets out of vision. They don't actually make the chase anywhere further north to try and see if they can find him. Ori, however, will be chased down by Fade in this vendetta. This could be a very important pick-off here for Aster. Ori does go onto that Quap with the Fisher out from PYW. Fade still not showing himself. Will go up to the Earthshaker, and they do get the kill. Ori unable to do much to help out. We'll have to just go back to that mid lane and just keep farming up.
Yeah, they are starting to find a lot more here, Aster. 4-0. VG, they're just taking it slow. They don't have the tools to fight in just yet. They do have the ult up on DY. They could play around that if they wanted. It's just that you're not ready in the Shaker. You're not going to be dragging out Eurus to find those kills, and you're just going to go for an objective trade. Tier 1 bot being shoved in, a clump up top for Aster though.
Change his lane. Gonna go on to Chuan. Echo being committed from PYW. That's a great pickup from Vici. Aster, they will just continue to focus on that tier 1 top tower. Baboka going to show himself taking the Nightmare away from Fade. Getting the Impale off with the spear now onto that Bane, but he's still not dying. DY is able to get the Brain Sap off, and now Ori with the Chain Slider Fist got onto Baboka, but he does get the curse off. So Ori will remnant forward after XXS. Can they cancel the TP? No. He will get out, but Baboka will not be so lucky. He does end up going down to the Ember. And while they're doing that, the mid lane was being forced in by Yang and PYW.
They are finding a bit more on the map, VG. Like their aggression on the defense is paying off. They did take that tier 1 bot before going for the commitment up top. They do have a slight advantage in terms of control, and that's something Aster has to be a bit wary about. They haven't been able to trade positively. Their lineup outside of the AM just does not push fast enough. So you're going to have to really be cautious about how many heroes you drag out away from these objectives.
PYW is going to
Radiant's middle tower
off that blink. He's still a wall away off. And Triple C's getting pretty close to that butterfly now. Oh, excuse me, the Battle Fury timing on the AM. Slowly work his way there.
So you've got some pretty good timings here from XXS though. He's got his Vanguard up, so he's going to be a lot tankier in that front line, and they have been trying to maximize that. Again, Aster is clumping up top, trying to find that tier 1 tower trade, which one around this one should be a bit easier to pull off.
Looks like they should be able to get it.
Oh, S-Triple-C.
And Spain script. That's a big pick-off. They can secure it, but he is going to be able to blink soon. But Ori does commit the chains anyway, and they do get another very, very important pick-off here. They won't mind losing that tier 1 tower because they're forcing in the tier 1 mid. It's really hard to stop Eurus in that metamorphosis. He just takes it so easily. Now the XXS forced to drop the arena. He will to try and turn around, but those illusions from Eurus doing too much. Back Chuan is the one taking the damage. He'll blink out. Sonic Wave is there, but they got the Nightmare up from DY. Now the curse, it was on the Venge, but he dies immediately, which means Chuan will also time the Quap. And now PYW just casually committing Echo onto Fade. They do get another kill. Vici Gaming are just getting everything they want off this map at the moment. Aster not really able to keep up yet.
Nah, this is some perfect timings from VG. They're just playing aggressive with the metamorphosis, and then right after send Eurus back to farming. That's just him with a Yasha. It's not even that much farm on Eurus just yet. He is going to finish up his Mantisal in a very timely manner now. You compare to SCCC, he still needs to finish up that Battle Fury on the AM. Once you have that, the farm does escalate, but PYW...
Yeah, probably that Impal's going to come out and he's definitely gone. Trying to scout out SCCC and just soak XP off him, steal some camps if he can. So they're going to try and hit mid lane for a bit out, but you don't really have the greatest push style lineup. It can be a bit hard to take down these Tier 1 towers at this moment. They don't really have a choice, but just keep trying to secure farm. We do have that Battle Fury now up, SCCC, so not all bad news. His farm should escalate. On the other hand, PYW has the blink up now, so you have very easy ways of being able to close the gap and lock down this AM.
Yeah, I mean, they've already got that great Fiend's Grip up with the slam on long range now. It's just going to be harder for SCCC to take any risks in farming, so I play a bit more passively. They do clump up top. They're trying to find someone, but Ori just zips away, so this clump up not going to lead to much. There's no objective to take. Just gonna have to try to farm the wave and go back to the camps here, Aster, as they still wait out. Yeah, Chuan wants that Orchid up and running before committing to any further fights. And VG, well, Ori is saving up for a blink of his own. He has his Orchid up himself. Just want more mobility on that Ember to really pump out aggression.
Yeah, I don't think they need to really try and drag this game out. It's gonna be the one, of course, taking the priority with farm and being able to get as much mobility as you can. It's never going to hurt up against an AM of all things. Looks like bot lane Vici Gaming will start to pressure a little bit. There's no real kill potential onto XXS unless you are willing to commit the Fiend's Grip, which they may possibly do. DY is there, but even then, it may still be a challenge. Top lane, Ori is currently being dived here from CCC. We'll be able to remnant out on an immediate smoke out from Vici. Run straight into Baboga. They'll have to just accept the line. Not quite the one they wanted to go for, but they'll take it. That actually does open up that bottom tier 2 tower if they so wish. They aren't quite ready for that.
Yeah, they do have the Metamorphosis up on Eurus. That's going to be a really nice objective to take. He even lands an Imclaw for himself. Just all the things you'd want for the Terrorblade being dropped, and well, he is going to chip it down at the least. They've got a lot of heroes from VG's side to stop the defense. You see SCCC up top trying to split push as well. It's just, it's not as fast on the AM.
Slow. Very, very slow. VG Gaming not going to give that space away. We'll take another T2 tower. Now, Eurus is just inching closer and closer to that Iron Skadi. And the rest of VG Gaming seem very, very willing to continue going for more fights. They have pretty much every ultimate up. You've got the Echo, you've got the Fiend's Grip. You don't have the meta. In just a moment it will expire, but they can certainly try and defend that top lane. Ori will be there to just defend himself on the Ember. Fade might try and go on to Ori. Do get the Spike Carapace, the Impale as well. They might have enough damage here. Ori, can he get himself out? Yes, he can. Just fine.
That wasn't enough mana burn. You don't have a level in the mana burn on Nyx. So,
Yeah, he just dies so quick. The curse comes out from Baboka, but now the Fiend's grip catching up that Mars. They've got nothing to cancel it. They just used the curse. And so the Mars, he drops very low. Still, Crimson Guard is popped. He will try and survive the best he can, but he understands he's going down. He'll just try and fight back a little bit while he's still alive. That's going to open up VG Gaming now to just keep pressuring mid.
Yeah, there's nothing to stop them. They've still got the slam and a PYW. They've got all the tools they want to fight, and they even cap a big top.
It's not good news for the side of Aster.
Tower has fallen.
Bane will spy Carapace and just try to make a run for it, but PYW will have the blink up very soon, and now, well, Bane, he kind of just runs the other way. Surely. He's making a mission out of it, but he is definitely dead. And that'll make it a 6-11 5k net worth lead now for Vici. I mean, they are really just completely dominating this game. Of course, Aster are still relying on SCCC to be able to pull them back later on. He's getting to that point where he is very, very close to the match style. But Eurus is remaining on top of the net worth board. He's still sitting 2k ahead of the AM.
And that's not where you want to be if you are the AM. Like, that's the entire point of the hero. The flash farming potential is really the main draw of him. And oh, Ori?
He's in trouble. Rather, it's XXS that's in trouble again. No, he's left behind, but PYW gets it for the Echo. Sonic Wave will secure 2 anyway. Ori coming back in now with that DD. Silence out onto Chuan. The Cold Embrace will save him. They do back off. That Eurus. So he's going back in. Not really much to accomplish here as the Terrorblade now without those supports up. You do have the Fiend grip there, so you have a potential chance to be able to catch someone out and get a kill with the meta, but it is probably too late. Ori will just go hunt for somebody else.
That's a nice little pickup for Aster. All of these wards they do have now in their jungle are keeping them really safe. So this is preventing a lot more aggression from VG, and you're just gonna have to wait a while, farm up. They do buy out smokes now, so PYW still wants to maintain that aggression, and as long as that as long as they do avoid those wards, they should be able to find it. DY is starting to scout out those wards. So some of that control is taken out. Aster has to be slightly cautious as VG are not weighted here.
Mid lane, Aster, they're going to try and make that T1 push happen. And Eurus will come in. You don't have the meta up. You can secure the plus easy. It's all worth it, but still, it's not looking that easy. He's been caught out of the bait, and XXS is making a run. There's the Cold Embracer. They'll dive back on DY, but now the curse is there. On that Terrorblade, they just want to back out of here. Bane with a great impale out. Now the Metaboy being committed, but Eurus, he does get the Sunder off, and it's back after Fade. They will get the Nyx Assassin. Can they get any more? They committed a buy. They definitely want more. Ori, not be able to catch up the Mars. Boga was left behind, so that could be the kill to just go for it. Well, that's what they'll do. So you'll find 2 supports on the side of Aster. And, they won't really be able to get any objectives. SCCC is, of course, just pushing the map as he does as an AM, but they've still got the Roshan.
Yeah, it's going to be a relatively simple one for VG. Aster do have to kind of fight into this. They've got a couple of their ults, and SCC snipes a career, so nice goal for himself. Ori.
I'm going to try and steal this Roshan. Experience. XXS, 5 seconds for that arena up. You are fighting into the meta. This is a very dangerous predicament here. DY Echo committed from P1W once again on the 3 heroes, Fade and XXS both dead, and now Chuan's gone. And it's back to the Roshan here for VG game.
Just like that, they secured themselves a Roche. Really good discipline from VG to get that fight going. Aster just clomping up on a ramp, giving PYW a very easy slam, and well, there's not much you can really do now. All you can hope for is SCCC uses this time to farm up. He's saving up for the Scotty next. That will give him a lot of stats, but Eurus, he's one item ahead. He's just saving up for that MKB right after.
He's gonna run straight into SCCC. Blink away. Reflection gonna be out, but that'll be it. Top lane Mocha's gonna have to be a little bit cautious as Yang is having a look through the tree line, and I believe almost put him out with that wave of terror. Might show himself now with the splitter blast with that creep wave and dance. But they've got SCCC there just in case. Just great farm on the AM. Mid lane, Fade looking to go after Ori on the Ember. Can't quite get it. This is really a time to fight without the Echo being up. And of course the meta is also down. So if Aster needs to fight, this is the time to do it, but they are just holding out. So Fade is keeping vision out on VG Gaming. No, they will not be able to make a play.
Yeah, it's a bit of a missed opportunity so far. I mean, you're just giving time to VG to get those cooldowns up, and they're going to be ready to fight very, very soon. They've got a lot more time left in that Aegis outside of VG. So, Aster, you've got to be cautious now as they are clumping out bot.
There's nothing to take bot, John. They're just there to farm. The tier 2 tower is gone. Just yeah, they're just maintaining radiant control. Aster's doing the same up at the top lane. Both teams just gonna play that split push game. Aster is still reliant on just split push the map with the AM. They aren't too interested in fighting yet. Expect that all those ultis are back up. They're just putting their faith in each other. So Eurus, he has the MKB up AM with the IF Skadi. Both teams might try to go for a surprise reveal on those items, and you've got Ori there with the BKB now on the Ember.
It's a lot of item timings colliding and just kind of meshing together. Even our Mars finishing up that Vlad's gonna help maintain a presence here for SCCC if he does join in these fights. So yeah, it's gonna be interesting to see those factors in play. It's just that neither side is really interested in that fight. Although VG,
top lane, they are gonna go after the XXS on the Mars. He's a tanky boy, XXS. Arena is going to be dropped, but it will mean nothing. He is going to go down. Mid lane, perhaps they can make a play onto Yang. Yang is by himself, but he's near that tier 2 tower, so the TPs are coming in, but SCCC does jump in and DY. Looking for that page group. Doesn't quite get it on the AM. Mana Void, Sonic Wave, everything being thrown up, but now the finisher, the chains from walking down, the big ship is out with the Echo from PYW. They have the control, or maybe they don't have SCCC. He does get himself out. They do lose Fade. And it looks like they might also lose Chuan as he's trying to blink away. They don't have the chain any longer, and they won't actually have the damage output. So they don't lose the biggest cause. They only lose the pos for Nyx Assassin. It's not too bad, but VG Gaming, I mean, they're still just coming in on top.
Yeah, a bit of an issue as the counterspell is starting to really keep SCCC tanky, but VG, they got a very good courier kill there. That was the BKB of Chuan. So it's going to be 2 minutes until he actually does have the BKB. That's going to be a massive opening for VG if they do keep that. They still have the Metamorphosis up in Eurus, so they've got a lot more to get done here while this is up.
Top lane's going to be forced in now from VG Gaming.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack. Radiant's top tower is under attack. Radiant's top tower has fallen.
Top T1 gone.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack. Dire's bottom tower has fallen.
Bottom T1 also goes down, so Aster will just continue staying away from VG Gaming.
Is under attack.
You've always got the BKB up on SCCC, but once that's up, he made a lot more confident going into these fights. So you might lose that tier 2 top tower in the process as Eurus does just commit, and now they're thinking about high ground. You have the meta. Speed trip up in 3. Looks like it might just be a bit of slow siege using Terrorblade Illusion, just getting some pip damage in. And Aster isn't really responding, like they're just pushing the bot wave into the tier 2 tower. Eurus gonna show himself on the TV, he'll just take the farm over here at the bot lane, and there is gonna be smoke from VG Gaming rushing through the river.
Dire are scanning.
They're unable to scan out where anyone is from Aster. Looks like Aster is just not free out of there. They all pretty much get back up towards that top lane and they'll be safe.
Yeah, it's a decent avoidance for Aster. That really does benefit them a bit more. You've got some nice spikes here for VG. They've got that halberd up on Yang. That is the BKB of SCCC up as well, though. So, you know, there's a little bit more leeway for our AM now to just stand and fight. But VG, they continue to smoke up.
Speedy rune of haste.
Rushing onto Baboka. Will be just does evade them. Rogue champion SCCC gonna blink onto PYW, but now the nightmare's out. No Fiend script, SCCC, he will just be allowed to walk out of there, but already comes now with the chains onto 2, going after the fate on that Nyx Assassin. XXS gonna jump in, but a nice fish round from PYW. Now is gonna be out onto the Ember. They tried all the manner of worry, but the Nightmare gonna save it with the sleight of fist off, but he does go down, with Yang also tying to that Sonic Wave of PYW. Unable to block thanks to SCCC. He'll commit the Echo, but it doesn't do anything. But now the Fiend grip out from DY, holding down the end, the cold embrace will save him, and Eurus is running out of teammates. DY gonna be focused down here on the AM. Now Fade with the Impale set up onto Eurus. He is all alone. He will try to fight back. But it's just so hard being tied around like this, and he's not too far. He will go down, but it doesn't matter. They still get the full team lap off, and that is a great amount of golden XP going in the way of Aster.
That was a lot for them to take out, and they do tie up that net worth lead down to 1k now on the side of VG, so they played out a lot. That was just a much cleaner fight for Aster. They were staying disciplined, they stayed split up. PYW Slam just came out a bit too late at the time, and well, he didn't have enough items up on Eurus to overtake, so they have to be a bit more cautious. SCCC still trying to find more.
PYW is going to be there with the Fisher, and he's going to try and just hold SCCC back. So he yours him up, and SCCC, he won't go any further, of course. He'll just blink out of there.
Invisibility. Double down on sorcery.
So there's some really good runes on SCCC. Invisible damage on the AM. Just really getting the roll of the dice there. Aster, you know, they feel like they've got that momentum swing back. They're buying out smokes. You can see VG trying to prep for the same. Want to keep that aggression up. VG in a bit more of a cautious spot. Metamorphosis isn't quite up yet, and well, the slam's gonna be up a bit earlier, but you don't want to run into the enemy team while the mate is still charging up.
I don't think VG are really interested in fighting anyway right now. That last fight was just a pretty tough situation. Interestingly enough, DY, he actually goes for the BKB. It seems the real problem is this Orchid coming out of Chuan that continues to cancel off the Fiend's grip. Would really finish off SCCC on the AM anytime. Now with the BKB up, he's got a lot less to be worried about. Still SCCC now going for the AC build up on the AM. Making him a lot tankier and a lot harder to deal with. VG Gaming, they might be interested in buying for a smoke now with that BKB up on the Bane, and the pings are coming out, so they are interested. Way to get towards their tier 2 tower. No, or maybe they'll bait with Eurus first through that mid lane. So no smoke happening here.
This is a lot of time to build up though. Aster, of course, S-Triple-T is going to hit this level 25 talent really soon. It's going to be a big spike for our AM. Does go for the Mana Void cooldown, so gonna have that continuous mini stun and a good amount of damage coming out as well if you're not cautious. So you hit that mark just a bit earlier than VG does.
They have smoked up behind Eurus. Trying to bait, but it seems as though Aster are aware of this bait. Up in chains, he's going to be out onto XXS, but an immediate swap out now from Yang onto that Mars. They want XXS dead, but the Cold Embrace continues to save them. They pop the meta now. XXS does die, but the Winter Skirt will come off D1, and Yang also goes down. Now it's Triple C. Man fighting up against Eurus will drain all the mana of the TP as Ori will jump in on the Ember once again onto Fade. TYW there with the Fisher. Does connect on the Nyx, and Fade does go down. Still a messy team fight for Vici. They were just unable to really get the grip off perfectly, and Kurtz ended up cancelling off that time. Vici, I mean, it wasn't the worst in the world. You still got a 3-for-1 if you count the buyback of that Wyvern.
They've got to wait out for that Metamorphosis, though, and that does mean Aster, if they want to fight, they've got that opening. They don't have to wait for massive cooldowns like that. Even the Winter's Curse is a bit shorter. They scout out the Roche. There is a ward there from VG, though, so going in is a bit of a risk. And it does look like that is going to be the next objective for both sides, just not wanting to give that Aegis and Cheese away.
Stick around that Roshan pit. Under that point where S-Triple-C just kind of feels uncontrollable now on that AM. Gonna spot out Ori up that top lane, but can't really hold him down.
Big issue right now.
Yeah, what's the
big issue for him is he runs out of mana way too fast. You never see Eurus manage to play around with Sunder at all. Just too much coming out from that AM. He does have his butterfly up on Eurus. He's saving up for his BKB next, but that will close out all of his slots. Like, you have to use boots as well. So yeah, you're reaching that point where you're starting to peak on the TB. The AM is also starting to peak, but yeah, he's got that one slot still left. And it's going to be down to perhaps tier
lane. Ori is going to jump in onto that AM, but they get the Cold Embrace off, and Eurus trying to burst through the HP pool of that AM, but he's surviving. They've got the Bloodthorn up on Ori for the added damage potential on the AM, but with the Cold Embrace, they just need to kill off that Wyvern, it seems. They're going to try for that Roshan in VG game. See if they can sneak this one out. It does go down very, very quick with that Bloodthorn, and well, Courier's both going down there for Aster. Are they going to make it in time for this Roshan? Not quite. The Aegis will be Ori. Now they're going to be dropped onto PYW, and Eurus, the knockdown will save PYW. They got the Winter's Curse on, but it's not doing too much here against Eurus. We'll just fight back with the Fiend's Grip on the AM. Nobody's cancelling it off. Eurus still trying to go off XXS though. The Fisher is in and will eventually get this Triple C, and now XXS does go down, and they'll go after Fade on that Nyx Assassin.
Dire structures are fortified.
The Earth thank you.
Seriously. That That's really costly for Aster. Aegis and Cheese onto VG. They've got some time in the Metamorphosis. They can go into the high ground. They still have the Slam in PYW. They've even got that team fight tool available, so they do get started here.
13k net worth for VG, and they're feeling confident with this high ground. Tier 3 will definitely be gone. It's just a matter of whether they can go for the racks. But with those heroes down with no buyback, it shouldn't be too hard. They do get one. They want to try for a second. He's gone. Racks looks to go down pretty quick. Trying to slow him down with the impact of Fade. Zerus will be silenced up, but still being confident enough to try and finish this lapse off. And they'll use him up. They're not allowed to happen. Fade's going to go in. Fisher is out. Now the team back onto the tree line. XX trying to control Eurus. Now they reach the Eurus line. No, PYW gets in there with the echo, but the curse is going to stop going any further. Still Eurus trying to make a run for it. Can he do so? The swamp is up from Gang now. Just making sure he gets away, and Boris is distracting the backlines on the Ember, popping his own BKB. He does still hold the Aegis. Just doesn't want to lose it like this. He might just have to leave PYW behind, but yeah, we'll swap him out now as well on the Ember. Just make sure he gets it on. They'll give up PYW when you can, but it seems well worth it for those 2 lanes of racks going down.
Almost certainly. The one thing that Aster did have there in the fight that VG didn't were tier 4 items. SCCC was just out clearing camps, off the drops for his team. VG didn't have access to that power spike. They're gonna have to try to clear out those camps quickly before Aster can try to find a little bit more on the map here.
Fine raid.
Oh boy. That's the all-in. If SCCC can just focus down on the big targets, that could end.
He's gonna try that tier 3 tower. Gonna be in trouble. They're gonna try without that meta run. Oh, he's actually up. So for VG, can they fight this out up against SCCC? He'll get the first lane of racks. No, that'll be it. They just go for a quick lane while they can. They don't risk losing this divine too early on. Probably a good idea to save for, even though you don't really have it, you just save for buyback gold here on this AM, because you never really know you're going to need it.
We're at a early spot now for both sides. VG knows that it's the point when AM can get a bit ridiculous with the Illusionist cape, with that divine. There's a lot for them to play with. VG need to be a bit cautious. Next Roche is still a long ways off, and there's not many objectives on the map to take except for that top set of racks, so their options are limited. Aster can slowly build up during this downtime. They've still got the power spike left for Chuan to hit level 25, and Aster do smoke up.
Smoke on smoke. Straight into them to turn around, but now the arena is from XXS. RT Gang, but get the bench quick. He does go down. Now Eurus with the BKB Fade. He does also die, but he'll buy back immediately. Onto XXS and Manus. DY being taken down here from CCC. They just want that Bane dead. They can't quite reach him at the moment. DY still trying to run away with the Mana Void. We'll kill him off. He'll buy back. XXS will not be able to survive the damage of Eurus, but the buybacks are set to fly out, as they might lose Maboka, and they do. Ivan's gone for another 50 seconds. Vici, will they be able to capitalize?
No, it's risky. They've still got the slam here on PYW. They've got the Fiend's grip up. Not too much time left in that meta, and that might make Eurus feel like playing a bit more cautiously.
XXS, Dust is going to be there. Fade speed is going to be out from XXS. They still want that Bane, and they should be able to get into the Fisher. Wasn't quite enough. You really don't want to take this fight without DY's Fiend's grip on that AM, because this CCC just seems unstoppable as long as that's not around. So with the smoke, trying to find fragglers on the side of VG Gaming. Nobody's around. They are all hidden inside the base. They're gonna rush tier 4 towers. It's almost like they're thinking about this. I mean, it's just a Bane down, but it's so much control that they might feel like this is their opening. They'll slowly start on XXS. Now Eurus is going to go in. He got that better up. Whether he wants to, no, he does, actually doesn't for another 40 seconds. XXS, seems to have dropped it. There goes one. Now the arena with the echo from BYW. Onto the AM, and now the red comes in. Yes, Triple C's down, the Divine is on. XXS, I mean, all he can do is hold the shield up. The Boca is going to go down on the Wyvern now. And there goes Fade. The Divine on Eurus. They will not be able to catch out Mars. But losing that Divine Rapier, I mean, I wouldn't say it's game over, but it's really tough to come back from this.
Oh, it is. And Eurus, Gaz Metamorphosis back up. They can just rush those tier 4s. You do have the glyph up from Aster to buy you some time. There's the Winter's Curse as well that will be up when Wyvern respawns. So you have some tools to stave this off. It is just so hard. You even have the haste from yours so you can run around as well.
Gonna easily go for those tier 4s now. I mean, you could try and secure Megas, but with no buyback available on SCCC, it's gonna be really hard to hold this back. That's it for Tower, already gone, and now Eurus going after the other. Will easily take it out. Next XS, he will shield up, he's taking way too much damage. He'll throw the spear in with the arena. The beach grip captures out the quad from DY. They've just got so much control here from Vinci Gaming. There goes XXS. DY goes down with their Schwan, and that'll be it. They call GG. VG are way too far ahead. And that'll be a 2-0 victory for this VG Gaming side.
Yeah, they continue that win streak over Aster, coming back from a different tournament